How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the LCR
He was
podcast.
pointing at me.
Yeah, well, you dropped the ball.
You did.
I didn't.
Rough
I
start.
don't have a ball.
Yeah, because you dropped it.
Welcome back, guys, to the podcast. If you're joining us now, we are going to actually be talking about Midsommar.
We're changing the format up a little bit.
Just a little.
So you just heard our initial reaction to Spidey. Now we're talking about this. We're just going to go full into spoilers. No initial reaction. So if you haven't seen this movie, we will have a link below where you can just skip to the spoiler section of Spider-Man. But if you saw Midsommar as well, you can just hang out with us.
Yeah,
Enjoy the full
stick
ride.
around for the party.
Yeah, so here we go. I guess we can just do quick initial thoughts before we get into it, just kind of before we get into spoilers, what everybody's
you know what?
initial thought was.
Let's all go down the line and summarize the movie in one word.
Ooh, okay, starting with Matt.
WTF?
Trippy.
Lackluster.
Ooh.
So
Damn. Might be alone on this one.
It was trippy. That's for sure.
It was WTF.
This is another movie like we mentioned about Climax. Don't do drugs going into this movie.
Yeah.
There is some distorted
At least in that
imagery.
movie, somebody spiked the drink. In this
Josh,
movie,
can
they're
you
just
lay
like,
down?
yeah, bro, give me
Well,
those
it's all on
drugs.
yeah, it's like they're pretty. Well, I mean, towards the end they were like,
Hey, sniff
"I
this,
don't
it
know
calms
about
you.
that."
Okay.
Yeah, she
No.
didn't sniff
What?
it at first, but later on she would just
Yeah, she's just
had
holding
around.
it, and she's like,
Well, she started like huffing that
Yeah.
shit because she was just probably like anxious the entire
Honestly,
time.
though, this movie really makes me want to try shrooms now.
I want to do what Will Poulter's doing because he looks like he's having a good time.
Like, you think when you see that picture when he showed her at the beginning, you're like, no, that's a cult. That's not a commune. That's a cult.
yeah, that.
commune.
Yeah.
Thought that was a cute word whenever they described that. I
Right.
was like,
So,
who says that? Who calls something that?
obviously, this movie had a lot to live up
Mhm.
on from a previous movie that came out last year,
Yes.
which
Was it really just last year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally last June or July. It's probably July too.
it came out in summer as well.
So, if anything, Ari should have taken a note from Jordan Peele and do it every 2 years.
Well, I don't.
I mean, Denis Villeneuve made like 5 straight phenomenal movies.
It's not. It's just. It's going to be hard, and like that's why I'm trying to come into this with an open mind because everybody's going to compare this
Yeah.
to Hereditary,
Mhm.
and it is
Unfortunately.
nothing like that. Just like we've said in the,
I don't know.
like there are aspects of it, but
Like, camera movement and framing and all that stuff felt like Hereditary.
yes,
But
I just don't think this movie. It was led on to be very cryptic and horrific, and I left
Cryptic how?
like you just are so curious of what this Midsommar thing is going to be, what's going to happen here, and throughout the whole movie, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of dancing, there's a lot of people saying weird stuff I don't know, and there's people are missing. Okay, now we're getting to the climax. Okay, the movie's over. What did I just watch?
Like while you guys were watching the movie, were you not just like, what the fuck are these people gonna do next? Like, what is next on their ritualistic like?
I didn't
schedule.
really think so much what are they gonna do next. I was just more thinking like, okay, what's gonna happen next? Like,
Yeah.
what is the next thing that's gonna be make me go like, oh shit?
Yeah.
But I think we never got there.
Right, like.
like, you would think after the suicide
yeah,
of
there's a
the
spoilers,
grandparents. Yes,
No,
we
Yeah.
we
No,
established
addressed it.
spoilers.
Just
Spoilers
giving
one last time.
another warning.
Okay, spoilers
No,
for
this is
Midsommar.
it.
I
This is
think
it.
that's when we expected the movie just to keep going downhill as far as like fucked up shit. I think the fact that there's a huge break in between that
Was
I-
it?
to
Like,
calm down.
With Hereditary, like we had some like what the fuck moments, like where the fucking little girl got decapitated.
Yeah.
And then he just drove away.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere too. It was like,
Yeah, spoilers for Hereditary too,
Holy
even though it's
fuck.
a year out.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Hereditary.
Yeah, come on.
So I mean, and it's like we said, like we can't compare Hereditary to Midsommar because they're two totally different films. But I still just felt kind of disappointed looking back at it that, you know, we did have a couple like, oh my god, what the fuck was that?
Mhm.
But it never really progressed. It was just kind of just plateaued throughout the whole movie. I didn't really feel like there were There was one fucking just jump scare that got me.
Was it with the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, that got me too. That was the only like fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was.
You only jumped twice.
I told Andrew like you guys probably wouldn't jump.
It was the phone. At
the very beginning, the phone got him. And that's
when it started ringing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, when it started talking.
Okay. Well.
okay. So that's my thing. So like, obviously, like not like a good horror movie is not going to make you do a lot of jump scares.
Right.
But this movie, I still didn't feel unsettled as much as I wanted to. Sure, there were aspects like I was.
But you weren't comfortable the whole movie.
At moments, I was. When they were fucking dancing, I'm just like, I'm just watching people dance. Like I didn't feel any tension while watching that scene because I was just kind of getting bored of seeing the camera spin in circles and them switching dance moves. I was kind of like, let's go back to the boyfriend because he's more interesting at this moment. But the only time I ever really felt tension was at night because that's like when mysterious stuff could happen and people could be lurking in corners and we could see kind of behind.
And we were in a setting
this cult
where it's never night.
Yeah, and so when it is night is when I was like, ooh, okay, here we go. Something creepy's going to happen. And probably the creepiest scene is when the guy goes in to take pictures of a book, which I thought was really stupid in the first place.
Yeah, he was just setting himself up for that.
That was just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mark showing up, but AKA just his face showing up.
Yeah.
And I thought that was...
Still no pants.
Yeah, I thought that was the most disturbing, like, besides the suicide scene.
Was that the kid wearing the mask? Who was that?
I assumed it was the guy that was fucking pissed off at him for
Yeah,
peeing
maybe.
on the train. That was the
Why would
connection
his
I made.
dick be out though?
Yeah, I don't know why he was naked when he put the
Maybe
when
he's
he put
wearing
his
his
face on.
legs. Too.
That's why I thought it'd be the kid because like he's like messed up in the head. So like,
Mhm.
Also, that kid, like what, 30 seconds of screen time?
yeah, they didn't show him a lot.
Very underwhelming. I thought he was gonna play a huge part in the movie.
Do you think that kid was looks like that in real life, or they did?
Nah,
like,
it's probably makeup.
You think so?
I think it's
God, I hope
makeup.
so.
Did you see Under the Skin?
Yes,
Do you remember the really like messed up face guy?
maybe.
He was real. Like
Okay.
that's like that guy in real life. So
Now I gotta look it
I gotta look it up, but I just kind of wish he was in it more because I don't know. It just in the trailer, they like when you show something like that visually appealing to the eye, you're hoping that's going to be in the movie for quite a while, and it's like literally I want to clock it. I'm pretty sure it's like less than 30 seconds.
well, yeah, they introduce him and then they show him like painting the things whenever the climax is happening.
And then he's just like in bed.
And then probably like while they're eating, maybe you see him again.
Maybe.
Oh, and then he's in the bed whenever
Yeah.
the sex
Yeah.
shit was going on. Yeah.
Just watching. Nah, not yet.
Yeah, sorry. It's
no,
we're filming this day before 4th of July, so if
What?
you hear random like fireworks, that's what's
Oh.
back there. So
America.
Probably.
So Connor, I guess we really haven't taken the floor. You speak a little bit about this.
So, like I was telling you, like I'm don't watch reviews of movies I'm really anticipating until after I watch it. So that's why I didn't watch Stuckman's Spider-Man and Midsommar reviews until after I watched both of them. And I could probably see him not liking Midsommar as much as Hereditary because Hereditary was his number one.
It was Ruben, right? The
Was that
disabled
his
kid.
name?
It was Ruben, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's
was.
just normal kid.
Oh, okay. So just with makeup on. All right, that makes. Yeah, I guess so.
Continue.
But I like after he was talking about like the beginning and how that really doesn't tie in. Like everything that happens before the trip really doesn't apply to the rest of the movie, except like whenever the Swedish friend that takes him on the trip, he kept like being like, "Oh, we'll be your family. We'll be your family. You know, we'll bring you in. You don't have any more family. My parents died too. Blah blah blah. All that stuff." So that was like pretty much the only thing that tied into like the first 30 minutes of the movie. But I really did enjoy the first 30 minutes. The contrast of all of those scenes being really fucking dark and like at night.
Yeah.
And then once they go on this trip, everything's bright and never you don't ever see dark or like nighttime or whatever, except for a few scenes or whatever. But
It was only truly night for one scene,
yeah, it's like whenever he goes to get
and
the
then there's a
book.
dream sequence.
And then, like, if someone wakes up in the middle of the night and it's dark, but they had the shades down, so you don't know if it's dark outside. But in terms of technical aspects, I think this is one of the better films of the year.
Oh, definitely.
Like, in terms of directing, like all the acting was pretty great.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh my
really
God,
wasn't.
Florence was a
She was
high point of the movie.
Ari really knows how to really direct female-led films because we got Toni Collette last year, and that was probably her best performance in her career. And Florence is like just now coming up, so we can't tell for now, but she's about to blow up because she's starting to get like a lot.
I mean, the past 2 movies we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is she coming out with anything the rest
She's
of
going to be in the
be-
Black Widow movie.
She's got to be in the Black Widow movie. Okay. But
Uh,
nothing else.
I don't
this
know
year,
what
though.
role she's going to be, though. They haven't announced that. But
Yeah,
this
Black
year,
Widow.
they're going to...
Right?
She's in the new Greta Gerwig movie.
Oh my God, Florence with red hair.
Will she be... Oh, you were saying, like, if she's younger.
Yeah, if she's young.
Oh my
ScarJo.
God.
I just
What if
opened
she gets
something.
machine parts, and then she'll become Florence in the Machine.
Oh my God. Good band.
There it is. Yeah, my dad loves that band. Yeah, Florence was really good. I kind of started getting annoyed with...
Don't you dare. Don't say it. Don't say it. He's going to say it.
Potato skins.
Mark.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Will Poulter.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
come
No, he was really funny at
on.
first, and he's necessary because he's like make a joke about everything.
Well, Caroline said he's like the voice of reason almost. Like he's like the
Yeah.
one that's like
True,
the
right before he
audience.
died too.
Because
Is that dude gonna get
what
killed?
is-
yeah, like he
It's
like
actors,
he was just
yeah.
kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah, but William Jackson Harper, who played Josh, he's really good. He's in Patterson, that's one of my favorite movies, and he's in like The Good Place, the TV show with Kristen.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Bell.
ever seen
They
him
did
in
a
anything.
good job casting him because, like, when they were talking about Esteban, when like they're like, "What is that?" He was like, "You'll find
Yeah.
out." Like he looked very scary. Like when he just smiled,
Yeah. So like,
That,
it kind of felt like he was in on it.
yeah, that and like he also just seemed to have like a very stressed out, just like resting face. Like, when he was just like not even like really smiling or anything, he just like you could see that he was just like freaked out.
yeah, he's like working on his thesis or whatever.
And he was so passionate about it. And
That was an interesting dynamic, was the whole thesis thing with the boyfriend
Yeah.
and him. And that I wasn't expecting that to happen. Because they really never like mentioned that they were gonna do a thesis, like either of them, like
no, he
Like-
did.
the
Everyone in the group had one. He was the only one that didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he said he was going to do his on this Midsommar trip.
yeah.
And then the boyfriend was like, yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so yeah, that I didn't see that coming. And so when it did, I was like, okay, that's like going to conflict these two to get a little reckless
Yeah.
because now they're competing, and obviously that's what the cult wanted. So there are a lot of things good about this film. Even in the story, there are things I like.
Yeah.
It's just one of my biggest things I was not a fan of is every character just kind of disappearing and then, oh, they're dead. Like, we just come to terms they're dead, and then at the very end we realize, oh, yes, they're all dead. They all died, and we only truly got to see one kill and then one, like, torture thing.
It was kind of cool hearing Connie scream and having 3 different reactions to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where everyone is during
I
that
also
time.
just like thought that like we would have seen like a fourth perspective of her.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna see what was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like that would have made it just a little bit better. Just seeing a little more horror aspects. There's
Right.
a lot of like, whoa, this is weird. This is trippy because we got the visual of everything just going. Ooh. But like that was awesome when he's literally hanging and all the freaking chickens are around him and his lungs are pulled
Frickin'
out of his
chickens.
back. Like, I want more
That
of
was
that
so
stuff,
disturbing,
dude.
yeah.
Like, that was disturbing. That was awesome. I was like, whoever thought of that, you have trouble
Yeah,
sleeping.
that was
at
like
night.
some Hannibal Lecter shit.
Yeah, and Connie just died. They didn't really do anything with her.
Yeah, she just died.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I just feel like these characters just never really had a payoff. And
Well, that couple didn't really matter because we barely even knew them.
I knew they were going to be the throwaway couple.
Yeah.
It was just that they were there to like show how bad the main couple is at being a couple.
Yeah, that was the contrast of the two couples. Yeah.
And also like there were points where I thought the main boyfriend, I'm just like, you're like too bad. at being a boyfriend. Like, tone it down a little bit. No, like...
He's just not good at being a person.
Some people are just like that, you know?
Like, he's just a slacker. He doesn't know what his thesis is. He's just going to copy his friend's thesis. He doesn't know how to talk to his
that's
girlfriend.
like the worst, like, friend thing to ever do. Like, steal. Not really steal.
Well, it also didn't feel like they were friends, because, like, when he's like, dude, like, I have no record with him, like, when they, like, the book was missing.
Yeah.
Well, he did that so, like, he wouldn't disappear. I mean, they
Well, like, you still saw the reaction from
notice everyone
Danny.
else's.
Yeah, Danny was like, whoa, that
Just
is
throw
your
him out
friend.
like
Why
that.
are you saying
Yeah, exactly.
that? Like, for me, I would have been like, hey, I don't know where Josh is, but, like, he is my friend. I know he wouldn't do that. He just got lost last night or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't have been like, dude, that guy sucks. I haven't known him since the 3rd grade. He's weird. I don't like him. Like, and also, then that really didn't go anywhere, the missing book thing. I guess it was just to kind of put
A
them
lie.
on edge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like there were a lot of loose ends. And it's okay for a movie to have a few loose ends, but to have too many to the point where I'm, at the very end of the movie, I'm like, I didn't get it, honestly. I guess in a way it was a revenge tale, but like, that I feel like is just
Revenge
scraping the surface. He like kind of didn't even like pick that up.
A revenge tale on, like, the boyfriend?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But, like,
Or
she
was it
wasn't
supposed to be the...
She wasn't going out to get revenge on him, though.
No, but like indirectly, she seemed satisfied that he was burning alive.
Yeah,
I mean,
Was it
obviously,
that or
when you
Danny-
look through the damn keyhole and see what the fuck's going down, you know,
Also,
everyone's gonna be like that.
which was misleading in the trailer. I was very disappointed.
Well, everyone
about
was
that.
like, everyone's like, oh my god, what's she looking at?
Yeah, what you looking
No
at?
one was expecting that.
No one was expecting that, and I just thought it was
It's pretty
goofy.
funny.
And I guess let's get on to that point. The humor in the movie was pretty solid
Yep.
Mhm.
Well
when
done.
it was meant to be.
yeah.
Mhm.
I love the first trip out scene. Mark makes
Yeah.
that scene so great. Hey, you guys should lay down. Hey, who's gonna join me
Yeah,
to lay down with me?
What time is it? 9 p.m.? What?
It's,
That isn't
the
right.
sky is
This
blue.
doesn't feel right.
It was hilarious.
Josh, you should lay down.
And then, okay, now I'm just jumping back to the horror aspect of it. That shot was awesome when she starts tripping out because she hears the word family and she runs into that little bathroom and she turns on the light and there's that person behind her for that split second and she books out the door.
Was that her sister? That she
I think because it had
probably
like the thing on her.
Did it?
Yeah, it was. It
It was hard to tell.
it was hard to tell, but
It was so quick.
It just looked like it was a little girl.
It was in the trailer.
it
That
was?
shot, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Mhm.
But like, where was more of that later on?
They're laughing at me.
Like, I just felt like there wasn't enough horror to lead up with everything else that was going on. All of the festive stuff. I was like, put a little more horror into that. Like,
Or take some scenes out because this is a long movie.
yeah, it's a long movie. Did you think it was long?
I felt it was long. Probably during the second act, I was like, okay. Like, once they get there, they're like, oh, this is this person. Oh, this is this family member.
You know,
And
how
they just
many-
walk around and talk a lot. I'm like, okay.
How many times
Let's
did they
go.
like somebody say this is Danny, this is Josh? Like
Right.
it happened like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like,
It's like, obviously that happened in real life, but yeah, just to
you
like,
don't need to show
it's like,
it.
okay.
You can
Let's-
show it
let's-
to 1 or 2 people.
Let's pick it up now. Let's see more of like whenever they go into like the bedroom or whatever. I thought that was pretty funny that everyone sleeps in the same place.
Yeah.
With that
It's like there's no
damn
privacy.
baby.
Yeah, I thought that would pay off to
How
something.
did
And then
they
Mark
get up
was-
to the second floor?
Yeah, there's probably like some,
It was probably like a ladder that we
No,
just
I
didn't
know.
a
see.
ladder.
I didn't see a ladder.
Well, we probably just didn't see it.
Some-
Maybe they
stairs.
floated like the headless mom.
Yeah,
or
like
whatever.
Hereditary.
Did you think that this movie was gonna almost connect Hereditary?
Almost, but like there wasn't really any witchcraft shit in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
that one was more like
Are
beyond recognition. Like
Are all the what was it, the 7 gods of whatever from Hereditary?
I think
Is it all within the same cult, or are they all like different cults?
it's probably different pagan shit.
So like, what if this is like one of the 7? The
Yeah,
one
it's
in
like
Sweden?
Christianity has like their
Well,
own.
yeah, that's what
branching
I
off
was like.
things.
That's what I was hoping would like happen.
Mhm.
Because like I would be like looking at the background because I know with Hereditary like I wanted to watch it twice because like there were definitely stuff that I missed the first time watching it that I like noticed the second time.
Mhm.
What if you just saw the Brightburn symbol at one point?
Fuck. Wasn't there a They had like their alphabet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it. They didn't really
Yeah.
have like a defining symbol.
Yeah, there was one.
There was one, but I can't remember where they
it
showed
was like
it.
a whole bunch of arrows in like a diamond formation.
Yeah.
Like
even like
But
the
they didn't really,
Swedish dude that brought him there, like put that on his drawings too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
But like they didn't really like expand on that too much. But like I was kind of like expecting to see like something like the symbols in Hereditary. Not like because I wanted to like connect to Hereditary, but I just think it would be very cool and interesting.
Do we just crave cinematic universes now?
Cinematic what?
Not
Universes?
Even that, but
Oh,
just,
universes.
Like, he started such a great idea
Yeah.
with Pagan of the fucking Seven Kings of Hell.
He does a lot of research, which is
Yeah.
yeah, he puts a lot in
Yeah,
these
I would
movies.
burn that laptop after writing that script.
Which is funny because he's just I looked him up. I'm like, is he from Sweden or something? But he's just a Jewish guy from New York. Like he's just I guess interested in this stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I just like Matt said.
Any
I
of those
wasn't-
like unknown religious corners can make great horror stories.
I was going in this movie just ready for another movie, but halfway through I was like, maybe it will connect to Hereditary and spike it up just a little bit for me to make it kind of worth it.
It doesn't have to connect in the sense where it's like, oh, you have to mention Nick Wolf's character.
No, not at all.
Anything like that.
That'd be fucking.
It's like, oh yeah, my cousin, some crazy
Yeah.
shit happened a week
He
ago.
smashed his head on a desk. It was the fucking weirdest thing, dude. But like, no, it's just like, oh, like, yeah,
The house burned down.
our people down out in like Seattle or where the fuck they were at, like, like,
Nick Fury comes out at the end of the movie.
but just like something, just like
Not even
a
the Pagan
mention
Initiative.
Not even that.
Oh my
Just if
God.
they just at the end also were like to Danny, or like, you are now the one of the Seven Kings of Hell or whatever, and I would just been like, like I would been like, that's really cool. Like you kind of just did it. Like now you're like, it's just movies showing different like.
She had kind of like a
Crazy
nefarious look to her,
Yeah, that final shot.
like an evil smile.
Yeah, I think she was just relieved.
I think she just kind of mentally broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was, she was
dude,
gone.
those 2 weeks, because they said like, oh, the trip's like 2 weeks, so it's like 2-3 weeks or whatever.
I thought it was like a month and a half.
No, that was a joke of her going to China.
No, her joke was like 3 months.
Oh.
I thought.
I heard 2 weeks.
No, I mean like leading up, like, oh, we're leaving for Sweden in 2 weeks.
Right, but the entire trip was going to take a month and a half.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
okay. Actually,
Was it, or was it the
no, he's
Josh?
right. No, he's right. They were all gonna be there for like a month and a half, but like the Midsommar thing lasted like 9
Right,
days
because
or something.
I do remember he was saying that he was also going to go to like London and Germany and stuff.
to finish
Right.
his thesis
Right,
with all
so,
their stuff. Yeah.
But like, there you go. Go to London, do another king. Go to Germany, do
Yeah,
another
he was
king.
so interested in that book. I guess.
Which doesn't make any sense. To me, it's just a bunch of lines.
But do you remember that shot?
You want to be an
whenever-
anthropologist?
But then the one book he was taking pictures of was literally just smashes of paint together.
Yeah, like there's no way he could decipher whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just for like, this is what they have.
I
in
mean,
their
if,
book.
if it's your passion to like study cultures and understand.
But do you remember that shot? Like, it was like right before he went to go out to get the book. And he's like sitting in bed, and he's just like looks like he knows something.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Florence Pugh's like, "Hey, can I get another pill or whatever?"
It looked like he was gonna say
So
something.
clearly
to
he
it.
like learned something, and maybe like something was in the book, like he had to like figure it out or find it or like keep it in his phone so he could like look at it and like study it.
Well, it was like when he was talking to like just that old guy, the first few pages were normal. Then he quickly turned and you saw the painted, and then he quickly went to like the end pages. Like he didn't like even justify what the
like he
middle
didn't
part
even- he didn't
was. He
show
wasn't
him
like, hey,
everything.
look at this.
Yeah.
Like he was just like, okay, and here's the end.
like here's an example of our song. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I just when I maybe one day I'd return to this film,
Not seeing it again.
not in theaters.
Yeah, I would have thought that I would need to see this again, but I really don't think I need to see it right away.
No, I just
Yeah, you have to let it breathe. You know.
you need to let it breathe. I do think it's a little too long
Yeah,
of a
it's
movie.
pretty long.
Um,
Hereditary was pretty long though, but a lot of they bounce around at a lot of different characters doing things.
I just like, for me, like Hereditary, like I was just soaked in like the very first minute of that movie, and I was not taken out to the end credits. This movie, I was pulled in with the opening
Right away.
scene, yeah, but then it took me out a little bit. Then I was pulled back in, and then it took me out for quite a while. Pulled back in,
pacing.
yeah, just because there were just moments like there was too much like ritual stuff. Like when they all were like, when the two people that were going to eventually commit suicide, when they're slowly walking on the table, standing there, sitting down.
There was a lot of dead air.
Like it was just kind of like, okay.
But doesn't that make
And
you
it seemed like-
uncomfortable as a viewer though, or do you just get annoyed?
I was kind of getting annoyed.
See, I was
like-
just like, I was like,
And I guess it's just how you. That's
Yeah.
just your interpretation. Like, for me, I was just like,
That's definitely
okay,
what Ari was going for, was to draw everything out.
yeah. And I was like, I get what he was going for. Personally, I didn't need it. I was like, let's get to the meat of what you're trying to tell here.
Mm-hmm.
Not just not just be like, hey man, I can create this really fucked up ritual thing. Let me show you every single detail of it, and everything has a meaning. It's like I don't need every little meaning. I need to get to the bulk of it. But I liked how everybody felt each other's pain to emphasize that they're a family.
as the cult.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Like when the old man committed suicide, but he was living, and then everybody instantly started screaming.
yeah.
When at the very end, when the two people that went in started burning, and then everybody started screaming because they could feel them burning alive. You're gonna feel no pain. Fucking lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, to take this to like lower your.
Also, do you guys think that 90 years is too long?
It's always like every 100 years.
Yeah, they said once in a
200
lifetime,
years.
but the dude literally said they live till they're 72.
Yeah, so like some people aren't even gonna experience it,
Right.
which I think is a little weird.
I think they're just lucky.
Yeah, I don't want to go to that.
Yeah, like you have those damn kids like watching all that shit and soaking that in.
Or like the
God
kid that's
damn.
that the redhead is gonna have is not gonna experience that at all.
Mm.
Yeah. What's up?
What a rocking motion that was. I can feel the baby.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, I guess we really haven't talked about
Yeah,
that scene
That
yet.
scene was pretty incredible.
Was that needed?
Needed? I
Hey.
mean,
I just want you to know, the next time you have intercourse, I'll come in here and help push on your butt.
but that's the thing. That scene was half.
You were so close.
That scene was half like uncomfortable and half funny because it does come off as comedy.
But
when
do
he's
you
like
want it
when he's like looking at him
Oh,
like
dude, it's hilarious.
his
He's
like reaction because like that would be us if like we were doing that.
If some girl just gets
And
out of my
also
face and
tripping on
starts singing.
mushrooms.
Yeah, dude, he's like full tripping and having sex with this woman he doesn't know.
And they were all like sharing the same orgasm, grabbing.
Oh yeah,
Dude, they were
that reminded me a lot of
Getting
Suspiria
so off.
when they were
It was
all like
weird.
naked and they're all
But that
dancing
was-
around.
Way cooler, in my opinion, was
Yeah.
Suspiria.
and that was
I
straight
thought
up
this was more
porn.
just funny.
Straight up porn.
Like, yeah,
I don't get, but like, what was he going for? Funny?
that's what I'm saying. Like half of it is funny, and then half of it is what the fuck, which turns into funny because you're uncomfortable to where you start laughing.
But is that what you? But is that what he wanted?
Probably.
I feel like he just got drunk one night, came home, and was like, "Fuck it, orgy."
He is someone that goes for the shock, because like in Hereditary, the fucking daughter, her head, and then they come back to showing the head, and then the mom cutting her fucking head off, and then just her banging her head on the damn door, and then this one it's
But like that wasn't funny at all.
But people laughed.
But he goes for shock. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the old people that jump, and we see it happen, and then we cut to the old man's leg, and it's like I just think he just goes for that. Like, holy shit, you know.
I just don't think that
visceral.
the baby making scene
Like
was for shock.
if anything, it was shocking at first, but like it just went on.
Yeah, like when you open the door and you see like
But
10
they didn't
plus
show it
women.
much.
No, but like
They
when
cut
they
away from it
when
for a
they
while.
did show it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. At first it's shocking because you're just like, wow, it's a lot of naked people, and that's like a bed of flowers with a girl. Okay,
It's pretty interesting
he's literally
setup.
taking her flower, but I
Yeah,
just-
he had a bloody dick after. Too.
Yeah, it was kinda gross.
Pretty great.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He did.
That's right. It was red. I'm like, wow, that's a very red dick.
He's just that's just his pubes.
Not that I was staring.
Right.
You're like,
But I
is
mean-
that a red dick?
When somebody walks out onto a screen and it's a giant movie theater screen, you know, sometimes you just
it's also the center of the movie. And you're
Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah, and it's
exactly.
bright. It's super bright and like
Yeah, so,
outside.
you know.
He's a pale ginger man. So.
checkmate, Ari. You know, you win this round. You got me to stare at a dick. Congratulations.
Pretty great.
But then I loved the when they awkwardly just split off into groups at the very beginning, and the one girl's like, "Oh, what's this painting?" And then like we see the painting, and it's like showing the girl that's like jealous.
That's literally what she did to him.
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring it up, Connor. I'm not that stupid.
I'm sorry.
But then even better with the camera movement when it pans over and then it cuts to the main couple. And you're just like, that is going to be them. That is going to be intertwined with the ginger chick. And oh gosh,
is that a fucking pube?
Oh, I love that.
It took me a second.
I think the minute you see pubes on this ritualistic fabric, I'm just like,
and then the
I'm
drink,
getting the fuck out of here,
the drink
man.
was more red than the other drinks.
The drink
too.
took me a second because I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird that his drink's like a different
orange.
color.
Yeah.
But I was like,
pretty great. I was
whatever.
like, nice.
But then he bit into it. First of all, I was like scared that like something was going to happen because like he started eating before anybody else did.
I thought they were going to freak out about it.
Yeah.
Because they make a big deal about everything else, so.
Frey
he
pie.
just like fucking took a bite
The
out
fucking
of it.
tree.
Frey pie. Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, no.
I thought like Simon was going to be.
The tree scene was pretty funny.
Like Simon meat was going to be in the pies.
I think my favorite line is that dude gonna kill me? Mario, I think that's my favorite
Yeah,
line.
like staring at him.
Oh, that was great. And then she's just like, what exactly did she say?
She's like, oh,
I'll show you.
Yeah, I'll show you.
And then
he's like, hey guys, she's going to show me. And then they're like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I was like, oh man, you're dead. But then we didn't even get to see it. And
But I guess that's the thing. Do we need to see it? It's implied what's going to happen.
No. Yes. Look at me. Yes.
I want to see it,
But-
especially his because his was so intriguing.
But it was also shocking just to see him walk in with no pants. You're like, what the fuck? And then it close up, it's just his face.
I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
him.
I guess. Okay,
Well,
Justified. That was
felt
cool.
like him because like it looked like he was
And
just fucked
he was
up.
like walking like this because
Yeah.
he doesn't have any pants on.
Because like I wanted to be him, just be like, what the fuck happened to you, dude?
But then,
Like I thought his dick was even
nobody
chopped
else.
off or something.
Like we literally didn't see anybody else die. Josh just got smashed on the head and then started.
That was
twitching.
the noise he made. I was like, oh my god, please stop.
Yeah, that was painful.
That was so unsettling.
But anybody have? I think we're kind of coming to a close.
I wish the suicide played more a part. It was just
That
more.
was, yeah. The one shot that we saw of the chick, the older lady, that smashed her face down on the rock, and it, like she kind of came back up in slow motion, like her face was just destroyed.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Also, going with the suicide, when she's Danny's tripping balls and she sees her mom in the crowd. I love that. I just wanted more of
That's
that.
the thing. I didn't recognize it until she went mom because I'm like, we didn't even see the mom, so it's like.
But like that, and then the
You know
shot
what?
of seeing her sister laying next to the two people that just committed suicide,
Yeah,
which
that
was like
good.
represented as maybe like her mom and dad.
That makes more
I
sense
think it was
because
her mom and dad that were actually in that part too.
Were?
Yeah, because like the guy was like, he had a bigger stomach. So.
Okay.
I think that was a good way of showing that like this is her new home now.
Yeah.
Like she somehow symbolized her mother being in this group, and they're forcing her into it. And with that,
Well, she's just way more comfortable. Like, oh, help us cook. And she's like, oh yeah, I'll come cook. You know, she's always like.
and I
plus
assume
she needed that, too.
Her character doesn't know where to go.
Yeah,
now
people
that
just
her
giving
family's
her
gone.
warmth is what she needed because
And her boyfriend sucks.
Yeah, her entire family
So,
fucking died, and then her
Kill the
boyfriend's a
boyfriend
cunt.
and join the cult.
Yeah.
And so, I hope that this little segment didn't sound like we're just bashing on the movie, because there's no way in hell I'm bashing on this movie. It's just that
In a way, we are
but like I don't mean it in like
negative.
a negative way.
It was an enjoyable movie.
I enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I did Hereditary, and I think I just got the hype a little too much. For
Yeah. Do you
myself.
think your hopes were just too high coming in?
Not hopes. I just was hoping for. I was like, this is probably gonna be a really good movie, and I came out and I was like, oh, it wasn't even that really good of a movie.
It was decent.
Yeah, it was a decent film.
Well, because it was branded as it was going to be the brightest horror movie that we've ever seen, right? But it wasn't even a horror movie.
No, it had elements of horror, but
right. But
I would say it's a very hardcore thriller.
I mean, my thing is everyone
It's still
thinks something
horror,
is
though.
scary, scary or horrific. So it is a horror movie. It's just might not be as horrific to you as other people. So like,
I mean,
that's why horror movies are so difficult. You know.
I understand what you're saying, but also at the same time, I feel like there's a line that you have to cross to reach horror on a basic.
It's just semantics.
Fundamentals or whatever.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that this reached it. Like it's like Andrew said, it had horror. What did you say? I forgot.
Elements.
Yes.
The elementals.
Nice. Good tie-in.
So like it had horror elements, but it didn't have a horror base.
Okay. So like
That's nice to put it that way.
Some pinches of horror here and there.
I still say it's a
Not on the
horror
whole.
base. Because it's still a cult movie.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's more of like a suspenseful thriller.
That's still horror.
Yeah, if it's not horrific to people, they go to suspenseful, and it's very
Okay.
suspenseful.
And that's the thing, like,
I think horror is often just used as a very broad genre.
I agree.
When I'm thinking of a horror movie, like I'm thinking of like
Slasher films.
not slasher because like I feel like
Because
it's like its own.
people can make the argument that
subgenre, yeah.
slasher isn't horror.
But like Hereditary, that was a fucking horror movie. It had gore, it had blood, it had just.
yeah, do you think, like,
Moments,
Paranormal
like-
Activity is a horror movie?
No, I would say it's like a
It's a
suspenseful
supernatural movie.
But people would call that a horror movie.
Yeah.
I mean, some people were like
Connor said,
sainted.
I think horror is just so broad because literally anything could be horror.
Yeah, and everyone
It's
is
just-
scared by something.
Yo, there's a freaking video out there where they they chopped up Elf to make it look like a horror movie.
Like
The power of editing is so strong when it comes to a horror movie because you can make any
Yeah.
movie seem scary.
that the Cat in the Hat, they did that too, like a trailer.
Like, would you call The Thing a horror movie?
Not really.
Yes.
I think it's like a monster film,
Which is,
like a creature film. So
Yeah,
it's
I don't
in
know.
an aspect.
But it's
it
the
is-
unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. You're like,
but it's also
suspenseful.
shot like a horror movie.
It's fucking dark
So I'm
all the
saying,
time.
I think it's horror subcategory like
It's like an action horror movie.
yeah, like I don't like for me a horror movie is like. I mean, it's fucking stupid to say, but like Hereditary, I thought that was like a good horror movie.
I think that's probably my favorite horror movie.
This is just a dumb argument. It's an opinion. Horror is just an opinion.
At the end of the
Absolutely.
day, we all have our own opinion on what this movie is and what other movies are going to be.
Yeah.
Because I think when you really like a horror movie, you're going to be like, that's a horror movie.
Like, is Get Out a horror movie?
No.
Yeah, I would say
Some
it
people
is.
would say
But
yeah.
some people would. But I really like it. But I
Mm.
just think people look at horror different ways. And so that's how we're going to end that conversation. Is that
Yeah.
people look at horror different ways.
So let us know what your thoughts are on the horror genre as a whole. Also, if you've seen Midsommar, let us know what you think about it. We appreciate your feedback.
Will you see it again in theaters? That's
Will
the
you?
biggest question. Yeah, I will.
You will?
Because I'm going to go take my best friend. He hasn't seen it, so he's
He's also
coming over.
contractually obligated to go see it
Yeah,
twice.
contractually obligated. I was supposed to see every A24 movie 5 times in the theater.
24 times.
I make up 10%
24
of their
times.
intake. So.
But yeah, so just
And stay tuned, guys, because we're going to be
Contractually
talking
obligated.
about a much happier, uplifting movie right after this.
uplifting?
Okay.
Compared to this.
Last thing. All right. Ratings.
Ratings?
Ratings. Who wants to start?
C+. plus.
Oh yeah, you do letter grades. That's right.
I would give it like a 5.5 to a 6, somewhere around that range.
So like it was decent. That's
Like,
what
yeah, like I didn't hate it. I just wish it had more scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I enjoyed it. Would not watch it again right away, but I would watch it again.
Does it not make you like think about the movie? Like now that you've left, are you not just like constantly thinking about the movie? Like to you guys?
I'm
Like
kind of still thinking about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah,
What,
no,
what's
I don't-
gonna happen to Spider-Man?
when I left the movie, I was like, that was the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your grade.
My grade, strong A to a light 9, but letter grade I'd probably give it like B plus A minus. So yeah, take that with
I
a grain
say
of salt.
B plus. So,
Okay. See, you were sounding way more negative. Like
but that's my thing. Like
you sounded way more negative than Matt, and you gave it like a B plus.
I'm not saying I didn't hate the movie. I personally was disappointed, but I do think it's a really good movie.
Okay, that's
So,
fair.
But yeah, on that note, guys, we are going to move on to the spoiler section of Spider-Man. So we'll see you in a second.
See you in a
And
second.
we're back, guys, for the final time in this podcast, and we are here to
Maybe.
I don't know. Is there a bonus thing?
Maybe.
Bonus features?
Maybe.
Buy the Blu-ray and find out.
Gag reel,
end
Toy Story
credit
2.
scene.
Yeah, we were just talking about the gag reel on Toy Story 2. But
Anyway,
we are
on
talking
the topic of Disney
about a Marvel movie.
and Sony, technically.
Mostly Sony.
Like Disney was not in that at all. I thought that was hilarious.
Sony's just upset.
There was no Disney in the beginning. There was no Disney at the end. It was funny,
There was only Disney in the middle.
I guess. But we were here to talk about Far From Home.
What?
All spoilers. Connor, since you missed out on the initial reaction, do you want to give your initial thoughts really quick?
Really good. Pretty much on par with the first one, in my opinion.
Okay.
They're just kind of different. So like I could see just a lot of people thinking the first one was better or the second one was better. So I can see both sides, but for me, both of them are both very good. So
I think we're pretty split on the board because we both like the first one, and you're really on the second one.
I think I like the first one just like
Barely.
I haven't seen the first one in like a year, so I need to watch it again. So maybe after a rewatch, I would like this one more because I think the first one is just more consistent. It's just safer in general, so like there's less room for error. This one they take more chances with like location and character stuff and the villain aspect and everything. But it's a little messier, so it's like
a lot more Avengers
bounces out.
crossover-y talk and stuff.
In the first one?
Second one.
Oh, yes.
I mean, but the first one had Tony Stark and like every other freaking scene.
Right, and he wanted to be an
was
Avenger.
great.
But this one talked
Rip.
about Thor, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange.
That was just a joke.
It was just
though.
very present. But
was
Nick
one
Fury's
joke.
still there, and then
But
Mysterio
isn't Nick
brings.
Fury? I found
I
that
just
to be
talked. When Mysterio brings up, like, the Avengers definitely aren't coming here. Like, it's the Avengers feel more present in this movie.
Yeah.
Because this is immediately after not immediately, but it's after Endgame. This is our first movie after Endgame.
So you liked it,
Yeah.
but you're tossed
It's
up
still
between
very
which
good.
one you might like more.
I mean, I really, really like both of them equally. So that just makes me happy.
So, surprise, for both Midsommar and Far From Home, we actually got there and watched a majority of the trailers. I know, we arrived on time. Actually, ahead of time, to the point where we could even stand in line to get popcorn and
That's still
stuff.
kind of ridiculous. You missed
That was a huge
the
line.
beginning of Toy Story 4. And you said you weren't even that late, though.
Dude,
right?
we got, the movie started at 7, we got there at 7:12, and it was literally like 30 seconds before the title
It's so
popped up.
weird because, like,
So
that's opening
weird.
weekend. Like, you'd think there'd be, like, 30 minutes of trailers.
Anyways, this is
Whatever.
Far From Home.
Doesn't
Far
explain why
From Home.
Midsommar had, like, 30 minutes of trailers.
That's true.
Yeah.
Some movies just don't need that many trailers.
So now, before we actually get started talking about everything with Far From Home, I want to talk about one scene that was actually not in the movie.
Yo!
With the cops, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I mentioned that to Caleb because, like, when we were, like, in...
Marvel does that a lot.
When we were in, like,
Why, though?
Europe already, I kind of leaned over, I'm like, where was the scene where
Yeah,
he was
like, where are they
joking?
going to have American cops in Europe, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, I definitely thought that was going to be in the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Right.
no, it went from the scene in Mexico
Mm-hmm.
with Mariah Hill, Sam Jackson, and...
Which is almost a slap in the face to the people that paid $12 to go see the end credit scene for Spider-Man for it literally being the opening scene.
The only reason I could see like that being justifiable is that if people hadn't seen Endgame to begin with.
Yeah, if you missed it, if you were
Yeah.
just
Yeah, if
I
you're
mean,
just a big Spider-Man fan, you know?
yeah.
True.
So,
I guess let's just talk about that for a second. The whole, did you guys think it was necessary for them to release it with that stuff, bonus features?
not right now. Maybe down the line a little bit.
I just don't think they deserved
You're
it.
talking about Endgame, right?
Yeah.
But I mean,
So-
like, also if you think about it, like, you know, if we're talking about like how it's kind of like a dirty move, Avatar was also in theaters for like 240 something days.
Really?
No, it was, like, over a year. It was, like,
Really?
14 months.
No fucking way.
I'm
How is
probably
that? I don't know.
wrong.
I don't see that being a dirty move.
Well, a lot of people are like...
But they pay a lot of money to keep it in theaters, so it's just like, I guess they're just trying to get to that.
They're just people being
record.
uppity. They're like, oh, Marvel has to do this to beat Avatar. It's like, Avatar did the
People
same
have
thing.
short memories.
Yeah.
But
So,
and here's my defense with Avatar. Avatar released the director's cut, which actually had finished footage that they put into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Here, it was literally the same movie and then a very stupid, poorly done, unfinished.
so did
CG.
you watch it?
I know. I just watched like the leak.
Oh.
I just watched. It was a very nice trailer-esque tribute to Stanley. And then there is a shot where one of the Russos is like, this is a great scene with Hulk and you're gonna love it. I wish we could have put it in the movie. The scene happens and I'm like, where would have that gone in the movie? And then you get the end credits scene, and I guess for me I was like, oh, so you just connected two pieces of the trailer and connected them into the same scene.
So what was after the credits? What did they show?
They showed like the two shots in the trailer where Mysterio is like, you're not going to be a part of this. That was so they pretty much just said, hey, these two scenes are together. So,
okay. Interesting.
I just don't think, I think they hyped it up way too much. And they were just like, you need to go again, spend possibly $20 on a ticket to IMAX, Dolby, or whatever. And
so you're saying they just didn't give enough for you to warrant another viewing? And
it was saying, hey, pay $20 to pretty much see previews to the bonus features, in my opinion, is what they were advertising.
But we don't pay $20.
That's true, but
true.
I just would have liked to gone in and just seen like 10 minutes.
I mean, to be fair, we're not super fans. That was more for,
I guess,
the diehard fans.
Yeah, but so
or people
fans.
That were on the edge.
That's just my little tangent about that. I just think that they probably have scenes that they could have put in the actual movie,
and maybe they could do another re-release.
That'd be.
Dude, every 2 months?
The 1 year anniversary of Endgame.
It's like right before Star Wars. Hey, remember Endgame? Watch it again.
But let's do it. Let's dive into Far From Home.
Oh my god, I love Jake Gyllenhaal so fucking much.
Thank you for casting him.
It was great putting
I can't believe
Marvel movie in my Jake Gyllenhaal list of movies that I've seen on Letterboxd. I was like, I can't believe I'm putting. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
What did you say?
You just said, oh my god, when I said that.
Dude, Jake Gyllenhaal is the man, okay?
Okay. We never thought he was going to be. Yes, because he's my favorite actor. So I want to just catalog all my movies that I've seen of him. So
now I really want to see John Hamm in the MCU.
Yeah, you'd lose your fucking. Oh, not
I
John
still
Hamm,
want to see
John
him
Barenthal,
as
right?
Thomas Wayne.
Never mind.
He is technically. He's never going to be in a movie since he already was in the Marvel TV universe.
Oh, fuck, he was. Damn.
Really?
No, John Berthal.
Tragic.
Oh.
Yeah, not John Hamm.
Yeah, if he could have been on the big screen as the Punisher, oof. That would have been awesome. But
know.
instead, we got like 26 hours of him instead. So
True.
we have to watch the second season soon.
How
13
dare we
movies.
settle for 26 hours when we could have had a 3-hour feature-length movie?
Punisher.
Damn you.
Just Punisher.
I mean, a lot of people still prefer the movie.
Damn you.
I just, right off the bat, one thing I was not a fan of, and I think Caleb and I can agree,
Blip, blip, blip,
We're
blip, blip,
fans,
blip, blip.
absolutely.
is the way, and we've lost Connor,
I'm listening.
At least he didn't have
That was
liquid in his
funny.
mouth.
the way they treated Endgame.
Yeah, in the snap.
What do you mean? Like with the kids?
They joke about it.
But like that's the thing. It's like it's kids.
I just
And,
didn't like that opening. It opens with a fucking horrible PowerPoint, and it's so off-putting.
It just,
It's supposed to be funny, but I didn't really think it was that funny.
I get
I thought it was funny.
It was funny, but I'm like, this is how
I
you're
like-
starting
I
your
liked-
movie?
I like the black kid and the little air horn sound effects.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had that in the first one, too. That was like,
I get the perspective.
what was he?
Because-
He was in Bumblebee, right? That kid?
I don't know.
He was also in Love, Simon.
He was. Oh, my God. All right, continue.
I get the perspective they're coming from because they were just backseat people. They had no idea what was going on for these last 22
It
movies
was like,
like
Betty
we did.
Brandt.
It was an easy way to
Is that her name?
recap for some people.
Recap if people didn't see Endgame.
They're just going to
Spider-Man.
recap after every Marvel movie now. Like
But
they
for
did that with
me-
like Thor: The Dark World and Endgame, and like
I'm just like, you don't know what I went through. All the hours of all these characters, and then for you to just put a little fade in and out of characters that died that
I thought it was funny. I was just off. I like the vision one.
But like even after that, when people
so
just joke about the
awful.
blip, it's just like
Yeah, when they called
I
the
didn't
blip,
like the blip.
Yeah.
That was a bad name.
I was like, did you really just have a dartboard and you just
it's like
the
calling
blip? Okay, that's what we're calling it.
It's a joke that didn't hit.
If you think about
But they
it,
used it so much.
it's probably just like, like
it's like giving 9/11 a dumb short name.
like 9/11.
What?
Blip 9/11. One's a lot dumber.
Yeah, 9/11.
Oh,
Agreed.
It should
How?
have
The
been called.
date?
It should have been called Two Towers, One Airplane.
And all your validation has left the room.
oh man.
Okay, but anyways,
Sorry,
it's like,
are you
it's like
glad
I
you
said.
agreed with him now?
It's like I said when we left the theater. Them making fun of the blip is like us making fun of 9/11. It's bad.
Or
It's
the
terrible,
Holocaust.
but we still make fun of it.
Yeah.
And that's where I can get
18
it.
years later.
But that's-
not
That's
a month
true.
later.
Not really.
Not like a month
Like
later.
it just happened.
And we weren't there to experience it. I think people that experienced 9/11, they're like, how the hell can you joke about it? You weren't there. People in the Holocaust, how the hell could you joke about it? You weren't there. For us, we were there in Endgame. We were following those characters. We saw what they went through to save
And if
the
anything,
world.
they should be more on scale because they had Iron Man, Cap. All those people were real life people. Cap was giving them life advice on their TVs.
Yeah, like,
I think you guys are reading into this just a little too much.
I don't think we're getting into too
It's
much.
a comedy movie. They're gonna play stuff as comedy. It's not gonna be super serious.
And I don't need serious. I just need
Did you want
respect.
another
No, I
Cap
just
get the circle and talk about their
no,
feelings?
I needed
But dude, they're
respect.
kids.
Yeah, but not just the kids. After
teenagers.
scenes after that, they talk about
Like,
that.
you know what we
Happy,
joked about in
Happy
high
just rubs it
school?
off like, oh yeah, that was pre-blip, and not
Yeah.
this. It's like,
When he was talking about his facial hair.
yeah, this is my blip facial hair. It's like
It's facial hair.
but it's
It's
dumb.
a comedy.
You're really gonna compare facial hair to Endgame?
comedy movie.
The blip
I-
part.
I-
yeah.
But can't you have a little baggage still?
I mean, you can have your nitpicks, so that's you guys. But I'm like, that didn't bother me. I'm just saying it didn't
I don't know.
bother
The
me.
first like 30 minutes, I had a sour taste in my mouth. 'Cause
I just
like,
didn't. I thought that the first like couple everything like pre the trip was just really rushed and messy to me, and then once they get to
Yeah, that added fuel to the
Venice
fire.
or whatever they are,
The
they go to
what?
Venice first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's when the movie really started picking up and did really well for me.
I know that scene with Happy and Aunt May was supposed to be awkward, but I just thought it was like a little too awkward. Like they almost didn't know how to act in that scene.
They make Aunt May so hot in this to make up for like all the old Aunt Mays. It's so funny.
It's just like
She's like
Also, that whole I didn't really like that whole scene at all.
Yeah,
like
I
the
didn't-
Spider-Man
Jack.
acting all like weirdly. in
yeah,
front of
and
Mike.
then he was like, "We did great." I'm like, "No, you didn't." And like, I know you're trying to play it for laughs, but like, I just thought it was a little.
It was cool that they put the what was the name
I
of
think
it?
Connor thinks we're going too hard on this movie right now.
What's
Well,
the name of the
I know
foundation?
the rating you gave it, so I'm expecting.
What's
that.
the name of the foundation that May works for?
Oh, I don't.
From
Was
the
it? Is
game?
it the same from the video game?
I think that was what was implied.
Yeah.
Is that she still works
I mean,
for that
it's,
company. That
that's
was
probably
cool
why
that they put that in there.
because of the video game. Yeah.
Yeah, besides
Even though
that.
she did none of that. Well, she might have, but they didn't mention it in the first movie.
But I don't know. Like I just said, the first 30 minutes was just. I was like, okay,
It's very blah.
let's just go. Like
Like that's my biggest gripe of the movie, but everything after that was really amazing to me.
I also. Shoot, I just lost my train of thought. I didn't like the.
He gets hit
jingle.
by a train.
That
That
was
train.
Stuckman's big thing was the whole this train, everything in the train, because then he goes to the jail and then he goes outside.
Oh
And
yeah,
then he gets a plane, and then he goes back to the thing. It's like I could see that, but it's like it's funny.
I didn't like the Peter Tingle. It was obviously just
Yeah.
That did not stick for me.
I just
no.
don't
It was
think
funny at first.
Okay, it was funny, but my thing is it because since Spider-Man is still because Spider-Man is still technically owned by Sony, is it because Spider-Sense is trademarked by Marvel?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Because they never say Spider Sense, right? He
Right.
doesn't say Spider Sense.
Because I know that was a big thing. Because like when we saw Infinity War and like his hair stood up like on his arms, like that was his Spider-Sense.
Yeah.
And,
Have
like,
they ever said Spider Sense in any of the movies then? Spidey Sense?
or just like the comics and like the TV show.
Like any in the Raimi or the Garfield ones?
Yeah, did you ever say my Spidey senses are tingling?
I guess not.
That's kind of.
But that was Sony, so like they also
Yeah,
didn't say
that's
that
true.
too.
That's true.
So it's like the Raimi and the.
But at that
Mark
point, Disney didn't own Marvel.
If anything, they should have more.
That's what I'm saying.
More freeway now to use.
No,
it.
but this is more Sony. This is still a Sony movie.
But they have a better relationship with Marvel. Marvel is working on it more than with the Raimi and the Garfield movies, where they had no.
I don't know.
I just think it was weird. It didn't fit. I think it was the bottom of the barrel humor. Like it was just like, oh, I get it. They're saying tingle, and stuff like that. The word tingle is funny, right?
That would made it feel more like a kid's movie at that point.
Yeah, it felt like they were trying to entertain little kids who like those little words.
I just thought it was cute, and then they just did it too much. So
It was fine at first. When Mace.
The introduction was funny when she throws a banana at him. I like that. It was the part with Happy when they like said it like 20 times, and I'm like, calm down, it's not that funny.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get those jokes a lot of the times in the other Marvel movies, though. Like, some jokes just don't stick, or they just repeat it too much to where it's not funny anymore.
It's true.
I just felt like there were more in this movie.
I know they've done that before. Especially nowadays, like, because almost all of these Marvel movies now have a lot of comedy in them. Because it alleviates, some of the serious aspects or whatever, or just balances it more. So I guess it was just a joke that they thought it was funny filming it. Or maybe the cast really liked that joke and they just went with it. But it just got a little too repetitive. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess any more of the New York stuff?
Everything was rushed in the beginning. Like, they were in the school for literally one scene.
And
then they left.
Makes sense why that, like, it felt rushed, because that also the scene in the trailer was missing. That could have added like another 2 minutes.
See, so when we were talking about that, where the hell would they put that in the movie?
Just maybe that could have been like the opening scene instead of the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
It could have been him. It could have been like
a smaller villain or just like a hint,
it could even been like
dude, if it was the Shocker?
Yeah.
Yeah, like another Shocker, because it did like 3 of them in the first movie.
It would have been great if like it was he was going to school and then he heard that go off and he's like shoot, and then he goes in there and then he beats all up and then he's like, sorry guys, today's like my last day of school before I'm on vacation, and then he goes to school and then cut to the PowerPoint. That'd have been an easy way to do it.
Because that would have been another way to be like, he needs a break.
Yeah. He's like,
or he's back to doing neighborhood stuff.
One thing I did like is when he goes back after goes back to the homeless thing, and they're all asking like, are you gonna be the next Iron Man, like you're the next Avenger, and like you could feel he's like I don't know what to do, and then like he goes, hides, and then like he's like trying to breathe, and then he looks and he's just like, oh my gosh, I can't get away without seeing him, and that was powerful to me.
It kind of seems like it was like some kind of like I got like very Iron Man 3 vibes where he got PTSD from like the little kid coming up and asking him like, how did you fit through the wormhole?
Can you fucking stop?
Because like Peter has been in space. He's fought aliens. He
Spider-Man
disappeared.
in space.
Bitch, please, you've been in space.
Bitch, please, you've been in space. That was a great joke. There was another joke that he said that was so damn funny. I forgot what he said.
Yeah.
He had a lot of good one-liners in this one. They really used him well. Better than Captain
Marvel. I love the teachers.
See, I thought I can't think of the comedian, the black comedian.
JB Smooth.
Yes. Was he he wasn't in the first one, right?
I don't think so.
And
then the white teacher, he is like really good friends with like Seth Rogen and stuff. Martin Starr.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, but I think he was a little too. He was so funny, like the first 2 acts, and then like when they're running around and stuff, it's like he just kept talking. I'm like, okay, this is like
the museum's
shit's
closed.
going down.
Oh, I should have looked that up.
It's like, you didn't look at the website.
Oh, that would have been smart.
They played off each other really well.
Yeah.
So.
I
like his whatever he teaches JB Smooth. What was it, like mythology? It was something like it like he didn't say it, but they were showing whenever Peter's got the glasses on. He's like reading the people.
Oh, I wish I could have paused to like really.
Yeah, so I caught a few things, and what he teaches is like some bullshit subject, and it was so funny.
I think it was mythology.
When he walks up to the one tough kid, and he's like, I'm gonna be real with you for a second.
Never do that again. That's weird, man. Don't do that.
That's weird.
Don't do that.
But I like.
Dude, that kid sucked.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of him.
Fuck him. Such a dick.
In the airplane, when the whole perfume thing like went down, and like he jumped up. He's like, "It's okay. My grandmother was allergic to perfume. I know how to handle the situation."
I got this. Yeah, you're fine.
I was like, "I'm gonna enjoy you. You guys are gonna be good."
You have a headphone adapter. Let's watch the movies.
I took the ILC because I have to pee a lot.
That's okay. Yeah, I had to deal with it.
Do you guys think it was too much of like a teen like movie kind of? in the first
See, but-
the first half of the movie.
I would say the whole
I
movie.
mean, it's a whole movie, but that's what I like about these Spider-Man movies. It's different from the first one because they're in high school for like the first movie.
Hello. Okay. It just
Yeah.
sounded
Okay,
weird.
you heard that too, right? All
Sorry.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, is my headphones like?
Sorry about that, guys.
It's nothing that they can hear.
but literally, like, I don't even want to talk about the Mark Webb Spider-Man movies because those are terrible. But the Raimi Spider-Man movies, they're in high school in the first one, and then after that they immediately go to college and do other things because they're old ass fucking people. But this one, I like that. You know, you're gonna have especially like they're all like kind of nerdy, so it's like always awkward. It's just high schoolers doing
That was like a little
things.
too awkward at some points. Where
Like what?
I just like, especially the part when like they're on the boat in Venice and like they look and then the other one's like, oh, they looked at me. And
Some
like,
of us aren't
I
as
thought it
smooth
was
as you, Andrew.
cute.
Sometimes when you're on a boat in Venice and you look at the girl that you want to fucking bang, and she looks at you, you
Yeah,
have to
I
look
just
away,
thought it was
and you
really
kind of
cute.
giggle.
Plus, like, it would have been
Come
nice
on.
if
Can we have some like
they had
warmth?
that awkwardness in the first one. He's only been going after MJ in this movie. He didn't give a shit about MJ in the first movie.
yeah.
If he did for maybe half
That's
that
true.
movie, it would have helped a little more. It's
I feel
little
like there
rushed.
should have
Okay, I
been
can see
there
that.
should have
Because
been
it
a
starts
movie in
with
between.
the start of the movie is like, all right, I really like MJ. And it's like,
Does he not mention it? In
You
like,
didn't-
I feel like you like MJ because you
like
have to
in
like
Yeah.
her.
or something.
You have to like her.
yeah, you'd like the other girl in the first movie.
Did you watch Homecoming before this movie? Like right before?
No.
I'm trying to remember.
I
Because she
remember
kind of
what-
gives it. She gives him signs like, doesn't Ned or someone like, oh, I think she likes you, dude, or something like that. Like in the first movie.
But
There's
like,
like
he
a
doesn't
throwaway,
care because
yeah.
he's looking at Michael Keaton's.
But he's
daughter.
going after the wrong girl. That's the whole thing.
But then,
Peter's got a
but then
thing
he
for,
immediately.
For some light
dark
skinned
meat.
women, yeah.
But then he immediately is like so
I made that joke.
googly eyes over her to the point where he's like looking to find a necklace that she.
Peter
will
Parker's
like.
got his type.
I just felt like there should have been,
But a lot could have happened after Homecoming, and then.
but I would have liked
War
the
and stuff.
scene.
Right, we don't.
I
We just
guess.
assume that because it's MJ, we know it's gonna
That
happen.
so I could see why you guys.
But
But I mean, like,
I
also,
love-
it's like we've seen the whole MJ storyline. Okay, well, maybe not twice, but like,
Well, Gwen
We-
Stacy's
we-
essentially the same thing.
right.
Yeah.
We know the love storyline. We
Yeah.
don't need to see a progression. We know that they're in love now.
They both.
But
we still got
They
the same
both
thing.
got the thing for each other, and but like
feel like that's
Peter
just an
is
excuse.
just
Yeah.
so
knowing that we know it,
Because we're getting
my
the
little
tro-
brothers don't know that.
we're getting the
Well, then
tropes
they just need
anyways.
to fucking learn.
That's not fair.
How is it not fair?
Some people aren't going to know. Some people aren't going to watch the Sam Raimi films. They're just going to watch these.
Okay, then
That's why a lot of the same movies keep getting remade. Like not the same title, but like a lot of movies are similar because they're the next
I
generation.
think we just need to
of
go
these
back and
movies.
see Homecoming to see if like he says anything.
So now let me ask you this: should we make Fantastic Four a third time, and should we just do it the exact same way?
That's why I said movies of not the same name. I'm saying like a lot of original movies have the same fucking stories, but it's a different generation and different people are seeing it. So like that's their version of these stories now.
I don't think anybody wants Fan Four Stick to be their generation.
Yeah, it's forced.
I mean, we're gonna get another one anyways.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but they just need to take a Spider-Man.
We're talking about the love story.
See, but that's the thing though. So
All I'm saying is that you guys are looking a little bit
Love
too
this
into the
podcast.
yeah,
fucking
you guys are like
love story. You're just
fuck cutesy things.
want to see development. I want to see hard eyes.
It's
Don't you
rushed.
want to see development?
I
Yeah.
don't really care.
I think
I know that he falls in love with
Ooh,
MJ.
that's bad. You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no development.
You don't like development in characters?
Okay, I didn't say that.
Yes,
I
you
didn't.
did.
Would you let me fucking finish? I don't care about the fucking development between the love interest. I just want to see Spider-Man fucking.
That's the
Bang
B story.
MJ.
You need for an A story to be good, the B story has to be good as well. Wouldn't you agree? What are
Sorry.
you laughing at?
Yes, they were in high school.
What did you say, Caleb?
They were roommates.
That was a good
Oh
one.
my god.
Go ahead, Caleb.
For the A story in a movie to be good, you have to have a good B story. The whole movie can't just be the A story.
Okay, well, you don't need to have the love part be the B story.
So did you
Then
have
what
more?
else?
You have more of
Ned and
a
his
problem
girlfriend?
with Peter and MJ
What else
than
is the B
Ned
story
and
going to
Betty?
be about?
Is that what you're saying?
Brad and MJ?
Not.
Brat. No. Did you have a problem? I'm asking them if they had more of a problem with Peter and MJ than Ned and Betty.
Ned and Betty was the fact that they were joking about teen romance.
But you're like, oh, when they look at each other on the boat and they go away, that's just so corny or whatever. It's
just,
like, that's the same thing.
In a way, but then why do you need two of that?
It's because it's the middle movie and they need some like romance because they're high schoolers. They're horny ass people.
It's true. That's how Jake Gyllenhaal described him.
I mean, that was Harry Potter. Like 4, 5, 6, all of them are trying to bang each other. They're like younger than these characters.
It wasn't really romance though. Ned and his girlfriend was just a joke the whole time. It was like
no, they were in love.
It was a joke.
You saw
like,
the development.
Yeah, they touched hands on the plane. That's the development.
And then Ned being like, "We grow and we change, and that's just life."
I was like,
"Shut you're in fucking high school."
So
Shut
now
the
wait,
fuck
you were fine with that? You didn't.
That's what I'm saying. You guys were fine with that.
Development of them breaking up.
No, we're not. I
thought Peter and MJ were just like that is like so cute.
I'm saying I'm not fine with either one.
Ned was kind of useless in this movie.
Yeah.
They were like they didn't really know what to do with him, so they're like, how about we just do this funny thing where like he wants to be the bachelor, and then right before they get there, he actually falls in love. So then
and that was the joke, and then they kept beating it the whole movie.
And then like he's the mature one. He's the one that has he got the first pube out of his friends. You know, he's the one that's like, I'm the man now. I was in love first.
I thought you were gonna tie it to Midsommar for a second.
Oh my god.
Here, babe.
We're talking about a better movie
right
right
this
now.
muffin. Yeah, beefy.
I just puked. Let me find a mint real quick.
Is that a puke?
So.
Yeah, there were two love stories that were just very underwhelming in this movie. So actually, instead of having two love stories that were underwhelming, fuck the Ned one and just focus on developing MJ and Spidey.
They were developing the entire movie.
Maybe.
Oh my god, guys!
Focus on their relationship more.
Can we just move past the stupid love interest?
No more. I mean, that plays a big.
I guess
role,
we lose
but,
this one, Caleb.
I mean, no, it's an even split. I mean,
no, they agreed to lose. We're gonna take the win.
No, it's not a loss. It's a stalemate.
Yeah.
You lost too.
No, Andrew said you lost. We accept the win.
I don't care, Matt. I'm just saying that's the thing about movies. We just look at things differently, and that's what this podcast is about. We're just discussing our opinions on different things. But you saying that you don't care about character development...
I never fucking said that!
Yes, you did.
For the record.
It's
always going to be documented.
You did say that.
We have
you
that
did
on
say
file
that.
now.
I'll fucking rip your nipple off.
So,
Which one?
Please. It doesn't fucking matter.
Please don't pick the left one.
we get to Venice, guys.
Yep.
Here we are.
Finally.
The city of romance, of love, and the water. And
I don't care, man. I like the cat.
Oh, dude,
cat.
every time the cat was on screen... There it is. There it is now. In the hotel, the first hotel they go to, that like is all like wet and everything. There's a cat
Underwater.
There's always a cat somewhere.
in that hotel.
Did not notice that.
And like there was like one shot where the cat was just
Can you not
staring
break my
down.
bottle?
It was great.
It wasn't working.
But every time the cat was on screen, I just pointed at it. I was so excited.
Nice.
You
got like ADD or something. You're like,
No, cats are awesome.
Cats are freaking awesome, and there needs to just be more of them that don't look really bad.
Are
like
you a big
Captain
fan
Marvel.
of Goose? And
We should have had
Captain
Goose in
Marvel?
that.
because
No,
he
Goose
looks like
sucked.
a CGI.
He was
cat.
a loaf of bread.
We should have had Goose at the end credit scene, just somewhere.
Yeah, there should have been Goose. It should have been like on his lap or something. That would
Yeah.
be cute. So in Venice, first off, this is the most lenient school trip ever. They're like,
Dude, they're going like all over the fucking place.
well, they're like, okay, everybody, we're gonna meet at the Da Vinci Museum.
Yeah, there's
at
like
3.
no adults. There's
And
two
it's
adults.
2 adults, and literally they're like, we're gonna meet here at 3. You were
They're all
all
children.
15 probably.
Well, this is like
15, 16.
Yeah, 15,
yeah, they're
16.
either. I thought they were either a sophomore or junior. So yes,
I'm gonna say they're sophomores.
Sophomore.
I
Yeah.
think they're 60. Yeah, I think 16.
Have I told you my theory for the 4 Spider-Man movies?
Let's get to it at the end.
We'll get there.
We'll get
Okay.
there.
We're already at half an hour on this segment.
dude, come on, it's the main staple. We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
Wait, how long did we talk about Midsommar?
Like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a long one. There's 2 movies to talk about.
This
It's
is fine.
We're fine.
This is actually a fun podcast.
Well, he doesn't want to do it because it's fucking more editing, which I don't blame him.
Also, I don't want 3-hour podcasts.
Yeah, we're not going to H3 like 5-hour
Yeah.
podcast.
This isn't Joe Rogan. Yet.
What's wrong with that?
Yet.
So,
We have one camera.
I just think it was kind of goofy that everybody just got to go do their own thing. I just thought that was very unrealistic.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
especially
so
in fucking
unsafe.
Europe.
I mean, yes,
Just
but also
watch
at the same
Hostel.
time, it's like I kind of just took a look at who the teachers were, and I'm like,
that makes
that makes
sense.
sense. Yeah.
Also, there
Like,
should
look
have
at
been
these
more than
guys.
just 2 teachers. There should
Right.
have been like 4.
It's just
weird.
very unrealistic. Okay, we're getting too much on this topic.
Well,
now.
and also like there just should have been more kids, but I know why there wasn't. But just like
Yeah.
Right.
a high school to only take like 8 kids on a field trip to another country, that's a little weird. But it's whatever.
Yeah, and it's like you can't even like really make the argument that like it was like just everybody that was in the blip because Brad wasn't in the blip.
Yeah, he was like the only like
Yeah,
he was
only
the
one.
blip or non-blip person in there. I guess from what they say, like we don't know any of the other fucking kids. We only know like 5 kids.
Yeah.
We know Flash, Pete, MJ, Betty, Ned, and the other kids. So I guess 6.
What was his
Flash,
name?
Dickwad. That's probably his name. What was his name?
I don't know. But is that
Brad.
Brad.
No, Brad was the one that was blipped.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
That's
so,
what I was.
so,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Brad.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're
I couldn't figure out his
What were
name.
we talking about?
no,
Oh, okay.
I don't fucking know.
anyways?
Not a big fan of Flash either. I love Tony Revolori.
Dude,
but
did you?
Not a big fan of Flash.
Flash was sad this movie. Did you see what his so like when Peter put the glasses on? Did you see what it said about him?
Mm-mm.
It
Did you catch
it?
it?
Yeah, it was a text message. It was like, "Mother, I haven't heard from your father in days."
Because and then they also do that whenever they get back, and he's like, "Oh, Mother's not here."
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
So
"Damn,
it's just like-
rip."
I have a
Or
thing about
Flash.
that later on to talk
Okay.
about. But so
Mother.
we get our first introduction to
Where's Papa?
Gyllenhaal
Yeah.
because Spider-Man goes and he gets his little black dahlia necklace, which I thought was fun.
Buongiorno.
And I love him, dude. He's great.
He's just such a badass.
He's
just
great.
looking at him.
I can help. I can something, and I'm sticky.
I'm sticky.
Strong and I'm sticky.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like his little
sticky.
masquerade.
Yeah.
mask
Yeah, he
that
like
have
finds
on.
it on the ground.
And he's just like, fuck it,
It's
whatever.
like, sure, yeah. Don't,
Dude, when he's trying to
make sure
save,
that tower's fine.
yeah, save the tower and just bang.
Bang. Bang. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Dude, he gets fucking clocked a lot in this movie.
He gets fucked up.
And then
There was one shot where there's like a guardrail, like a metal guardrail, like in the ground.
Yes.
It's like 100-foot drop, and he. Oh my god!
yeah.
That was like
and
the
then the
climax.
train too. I'm like, good god, how is he not dead?
That was the
feel-
moment I leaned over to Caleb though after that whole scene went down and he like killed the water element or whatever. And he like Mysterio just kind of like waves and flies off and it's just like syndrome.
Yeah.
Like legit, they just confirm that this is live action.
Yeah, when he's
syndrome.
just standing in front of the kids.
Yeah. Pew. And he looks beautiful.
I love the look. The
The
costume
look is
great.
awesome. I love his Doctor Strange-esque power looking stuff that
Yeah.
he has.
He was just missing the.
Powers.
Yeah, the cool introduction to it. He just kind of starts shooting.
The,
but-
the wrist thing. Yeah,
I'm
whatever they do.
I'm stoked for Doctor Strange too.
I hope it's good. Yeah, it's the same director,
It's
right?
good.
Yeah.
It's cool that it's a horror director.
Yeah.
So kind of like Sam Raimi.
And it's
But-
got a better villain.
And
And it's Mads Mikkelsen too. Like he's such a good actor. Like they did not use him
that was a
well.
waste of his potential.
Talent.
Because you just look at Casino Royale and you're just like, that's what you could have had.
Or literally any other movie.
Make Doctor Strange strapped down and then just fucking whip him the testicles.
Where is that scene? Shopper shot remake.
More.
He's like dressed up like as his character.
What really happens next?
We go to the sewer.
Or we-
Yeah.
No, we go back to the hostel. Hostel? Hostel.
Hostile.
Ned gets shot.
Dude,
Yeah, and
funny
then Nick
scene.
Fury was
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
a funny scene. I enjoyed that
Don't
scene.
ghost me.
I'm not qualified.
If one more person knocks on that door,
That was the line. That was so funny.
You and me are being attended.
We're going to another funeral.
Or when he was like,
My whole crowd was.
I think it would have been a
dying
bad time to
at
exchange numbers. And he was like, yeah, that would have been very bad. That's what I said.
Okay, I think this is a good time for me to bring this up. So, Nick Fury apparently was a Skrull in this movie.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
So does that mean Nick Fury was a Skrull at Iron Man's wedding? Funeral?
But that's the thing. So they introduced that. Anyone could be a Skrull. Like we could see it coming because they introduced Skrulls in Captain Marvel. But who is a Skrull at what time? We don't know.
I would say no at the funeral.
But then how would he know that? How would
who he know
Skrull
that?
Nick Fury know that he was at the funeral?
I would assume he's gone through a lot of training because he's acting just like Nick Fury. So like Nick Fury gave him a lot of intel.
Plus, it's the
stuff to
same
know.
scrolls as the Captain Marvel scrolls.
I know. I just
Joel Edgerton.
for me, it's just
Is that Joel Edgerton?
it's
Yeah.
just like, but like it could have been
Because it's
any
also a
point.
stretch for Talos to understand the message, the encrypted message from Happy.
True.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
did he tell him that?
Nick Fury had to give him a lot of training to be Nick Fury.
Plus, how long
Well,
was Nick Fury on that damn
I
ship?
don't even think it's training. I think it's just the Skrulls use some piece of technology to just extract.
So they would know everything.
Because
that
they
Nick
had
Fury has
they had
gone
the
through.
memory thing, like in Captain Marvel, that like they were looking at all of her shit. So
Because I was just thinking about that. And I was just like, so if you were a Skrull, how long have you been a Skrull?
exactly, who's a scroll?
I would say after Endgame, Nick Fury just wanted a break. Because
But he just got.
But what if
back.
he wasn't? Yeah, what if he wasn't even in Endgame? What if that was still the scrolls?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What if that was a girl? What if theoretically, like, what if
They have a lot of questions to answer after these two.
like when he
After
faked his
credit
death
scenes.
in the Winter Soldier? What if that was actually like he like faked his death and then the Skrull showed up and then that's when he disappeared?
What if it was a different scroll?
Or what if he's just been a Skrull the whole fucking time?
True. I mean, they've opened the door to
Because I heard a theory that Agent Hill is.
Then what's
actually
the point
just
of
a
him
Skrull
coming
the
back
entire
now?
time.
Sunday in the movie said that, right?
Yeah.
what's the point of him coming back now after Spider-Man 2?
By
I don't
actual
know.
Nick Fury?
Yeah.
I don't
Why
know.
is this the event that he's like, all right, we need you back?
We need to. That's what we need to find out.
Nah,
'Cause
I would assume that he's been a Skrull for just this movie.
I just feel like that'd be.
Maybe. That's a hard maybe.
Because if he left after Winter Soldier, why wouldn't he come back for Endgame? Why is Spider-Man 2 now when he comes back?
They just have to answer it.
That's the thing. That's why I was like not the biggest fan when they revealed that. Because I'm like, now you just have to answer so many things. Like,
Because, like you said, literally anybody
anyone
and
could be a
everybody.
Skrull,
What
yeah.
if planet Earth is actually the Skrull planet? Like, what if everybody is just
the
Skrulls?
Sunday movies mentioned that like a year ago, whenever they announced that Skrulls would be in Captain Marvel. So they're like, oh, I'm sure we're gonna have a ton of characters, a ton of actual even superheroes that are Skrulls. So
Just, I wasn't
Well.
the biggest fan of that reveal,
Mhm.
but I guess it's just an interesting thing that you have to figure out the next movie that happens, and then maybe in Captain Marvel 2 or whatever they'll be like, hey, Nick Fury turned into a Skrull at this point.
What's the one thing you don't introduce to your story? Time travel and shapeshifters.
shift,
Yeah,
and they have both now.
yeah, that's just
All right, another thing. Thank God. The entire I'm from Earth, blah 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 blah, and you're from Earth, blah blah blah, was just a hoax because Gyllenhaal was just a fraud.
you.
Thank God they shut that down.
You didn't want that.
No, I did not want that.
We're gonna get it, so it doesn't matter.
No, I don't want
I'm
that at all.
pretty sure that they're on Earth 616.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's just confirmed. But we're definitely gonna get.
but
the
at least
multiverse.
not now because
But like that's
Jay
what,
Gyllenhaal's a hack. So
well, yeah, but like also it's like
God, bring that out of
how
context.
could he
True.
how could he know?
That it's 616.
How did
but he could have just thrown out numbers like
Well, not even that, but like how do you know? Like how do you know to designate on Earth a number?
exactly like that's true. So you're
Just
saying
could,
like
he
the
just could be
actual
very
people?
creative.
Well, it was his writer that
Yeah.
made this.
Yeah, exactly.
What if-
That's what
yeah.
he's saying. Like, oh, of course people would believe this during the
But
blip,
that's-
you know?
I mean, yeah, but it's also it
So-
seems like it's very well, not even like
Because
so
theoretically,
much.
a comic book writer wrote that, and you believe that comic book writer just created two different Earths.
Because that's their universe. It's not what's already been set up.
right.
You know?
So people could have those same thoughts. Just, I don't know.
And I think
Like
once
you
the
said, it could have
multiverse,
just been a nice Easter egg.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good thing to throw to the fans, and then that's
And then they
foreshadowing
ended up
when it's going to
when
happen.
they showed it in the trailer, but, you know.
That was
'Cause,
that,
like,
in
once-
the trailer. That was clickbaiting. I was like, oh, now I really have to see this movie. So
Once Galactus gets introduced, I would hope that's multiverse stuff, like huge level crap. Because like, how do you get higher than Thanos killing half the universe?
it's true.
Well, but plus they've already introduced
The destruction
it with,
of multiverses.
the Ant-Man stuff, whatever it's called.
The quantum realm.
Pym particles and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, micro universes.
Yeah.
I think
So-
we're gonna go there first before multiverses.
Plus
Because
there's going to be a third Ant-Man film eventually.
there's a villain that's in a microverse that's very popular for the next Thanos replacement.
Really.
Really?
Does that ring a bell?
No.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was the thing.
Look that up.
But I love that scene because I just look at Jake and I instantly fall in love with him every time I see him on screen. So I was eating up every second he had.
He was like peak Jake Gyllenhaal acting in this movie,
Sure.
like because he just like freaks out. Like just his face mannerisms are so funny to me. Like the entire bar scene when he gets the glasses.
Yeah.
That was like another thing that went on for a little bit too long, and it was too exposition-y. And
like afterwards,
he's just
too?
like, "Oh, you're responsible for this. Thank you." And then they do a flashback of what movie he was in. So did you guys go back and watch Civil War to see if Jake Gyllenhaal was actually in that fucking
No.
stage?
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was either. But I was like, I swear to God, if they did put Jake Gyllenhaal in there,
That'd be fucking
I'd be like,
genius.
"Fuck you, Marvel!" Like, how did I not notice?
I definitely think that the guy
The guy in the Iron Man one, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he definitely was probably in that movie.
Yeah.
They just pulled that scene right out. But
He looked
That was
weird.
smart what they did with the.
He
with
kind of
all
looked
that.
like someone that, like, was a different person look-wise, and they just doctored him to look like that.
the,
Like
he had
the
a very
actor?
guy
weird.
from Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's something about his face that looked off.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it's also 10 years down the line.
True.
Right.
My
He's
biggest
aged a
Well, I
lot.
meant just like looking at him in general. He looked weird.
Yeah.
my biggest grievance with that whole scene
Kind of like Tom Cruise's character
is
in
they
Tropic Thunder.
I think pull the
It's like,
curtain
that
back a
looks
little
like
too
someone.
much.
Mhm.
I think they showed.
You think they should have just like?
I think they showed a
learned
little
more, a
too
little bit.
much of
Yeah.
Mysterio's illusion skills.
Because you're like, okay, now we know who this guy is.
Yeah, we know who he is. We know how he literally does everything.
Yeah.
And
Plus, none of the protagonists know who he is. Like, he's not speaking to, like, just like one of Peter's friends or something like that.
Mhm.
He's talking to other villainous people, so no one in this universe still
Yeah.
knows what he is.
And so I just think, for me, it just it ruined the magic. And that's one of my biggest gripes with this movie is that the stakes are really high until when Spider-Man gets hit by the train. After that, the movie just kind of derails for me. I don't think it... Because that
Yeah.
scene, we'll talk about it in a minute, but it's so good. And then after that, because Spider-Man's like, I know how to do it. It's just an illusion, so it's not real. And I'm
and
like, well, that's a
the
lackluster
magic of
third act.
Mysterio
It's Peter
kind of
Tingle.
left too.
That's what I was
Because
just
he
saying to
just
him.
stops wearing the suit. He wears a dumber looking version, a green screen version
Yeah.
of the suit.
He's just wearing,
All
like...
his suits are green.
And like, why couldn't he just wear the suit? He's already got the orb on his head. Might as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. I wasn't a fan that the stakes did not feel high for me because we know that that's fake and that we could even run over there and jump inside of him, the big elemental thing, if we wanted to.
Could we, though?
It also would have been cool if
Could have,
Not really, because there's drones that could kill us.
but we could
But
have.
that's why
But
he's
like,
got to
also,
fight the
like,
drones.
we wouldn't have known that. And like,
But I'm saying we do because we are pretty much Spider-Man. When in the movie, we are following Spider-Man, so we know that it's an illusion, so then the stakes aren't high like when it's portrayed for all the other characters when they're like, oh my gosh, like this is
I have a
terrifying.
question. Was his spider senses not working the entire movie?
yeah.
yeah, they
So-
never really explained why.
So, but they mentioned it, but no one like confirmed it, so I wasn't sure.
Maybe it was just...
And then he just tries harder.
And then
Maybe
they're
it's
like,
puberty.
wait, you have Peter
Uh,
Tingle.
I think it might have just been like a symptom of like PTSD or something.
Yeah, because they do it like in
I
Spider-Man
think I've just
2,
done like a
Sam
little
Raimi.
bit better job explaining it. Because they just threw it in at the end. He was like,
Because in the first movie, he does not have it at all.
'Cause they
Like,
Because he's still
forgot.
fucking, he's probably just started cracking like his powers and stuff like that. So,
But yeah, so the whole...
so like, what did he do differently to use
I think he
the
just
sense?
tried harder. Either that or he
I
got the
don't even think
girl.
it's that.
So,
I think it's... Because like if you look at Spider-Man 2,
Mhm.
what's Spider-Man 2?
yes, he can't use his powers
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah,
It was because of him and MJ were having a falling out.
yeah,
And so like that basically just like... I'm assuming that through that emotional distress...
exactly.
he wasn't able to use his web shooters because he had like it was like ingrained in him.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Plus, everything in his life was falling apart in the second Spider-Man
right.
movie.
So, it was a lot of stress and a lot of he just wanted to just
yeah,
which makes sense in this one because he just got done with basically a genocidal
fucking biggest battle
warmongering
ever.
bastard.
Yeah, his idol died.
Yeah, he basically fucking died.
Yeah.
His father figure died,
hmm
and
MJ doesn't want him,
He just
or
can't-
he doesn't think MJ
yeah, he
wants
just
him.
can't catch a fucking break.
Yeah.
So you know.
So it makes sense that it can't use it, but like it just like out of nowhere he starts using it. So
Well, I
was just wondering
think it's
that.
also just because like when he gets into the plane with Happy and he starts having like that like conversation with him and everything,
Mhm.
and then he's like, "Fuck, I need a suit," and he's like, "Okay, well, you start working on a suit. I'll start getting the music."
Oh,
And
I
thought that-
love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that was kind of forced, but
All right,
I like
Billy
I
Joel,
like
Billy Idol.
But like he's done it so many times. Oh, you know that really old movie Alien? Go fuck yourself. How do you not know what Alien is? I'm sorry, but like,
Like,
or,
look,
like,
he's
you know that
he's
really
a
old
kid.
movie Empire Strikes Back, and I'm just like, it's not that funny.
It was kind of funny.
You
It's
get
kinda
you get so
funny.
salty.
It's just like it's like you're supposed to be a genius and you don't understand pop culture,
That's the thing. He is all about pop culture.
but he doesn't know it apparently.
No, but like when he's saying, "Hey, you guys, remember that old movie Empire Strikes Back?" So that's just the joke that he's talking to old people, and then the old people are like, "Oh, look at this
Obviously,
fucking
yeah.
kid."
But
calling
like
Empire
the
Strikes
fact that
Back."
like this was like kicking a dead horse when he's like, "Oh, I love Led Zeppelin." I'm like, how do you not know who AC/DC is? Like,
Well, because
Because he's like
he's a genius, not
Yeah.
not a.
he's like
musician.
5-7 years younger than us too.
so what? How do you not? I'm just saying, like,
You know those people that are like, "Oh, I love Led Zeppelin. He's a great singer." Like it's just like that. It's just like
And there's
they
also-
know of it, but they don't know that that's actually AC/DC, not Led Zeppelin.
And there's just stuff that's obvious to you, but not for others, and obvious to others, and
Yeah,
not
some
to
people
us.
are just they don't really care about classic
I feel
rock
like-
or something.
that is a song that is like stapled in just movies and culture itself.
I mean, the Iron Man movie doesn't exist in that universe, so
I don't know. Well, fuck you guys. I'm gonna stand my ground here. I don't care if you're ganging up on me.
Jesus
Pop
Christ,
culture.
that was
So-
a little salty.
Fuck you, Matt.
It's like asking Andrew, asking Andrew a sports question. It's like, dude, it's fucking obvious.
yeah, come on, man.
People
I
that know
guess.
about
But
us.
I know you don't know much about sports, so that's why I don't like rag on you about sports or something like that.
I get that. I just feel like I don't know. There are just certain things. I guess for me, the bigger one is Alien. How do you not like?
I feel like at a point you just kind of have to stop taking everything so critically. It was just a joke.
It's
a
just
point-
it's just a running gag. That's what
At
it
this
is.
point, they just have to get new material.
It's like the Peter Tingle.
I
They just
mean-
use that a lot.
Yes, but also at the same time, like that's just kind of his shit.
Okay, the Peter Tingle is not funny because said so many times in one movie.
It's like
That
the
joke
same-
is said
it's-
like 3 times over 3 movies.
It's like the same thing with Peter Quill. He's all about, hey, yeah, there was this movie Footloose and blah 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 blah. And even Spider-Man says, hey, yeah,
It was never good.
yeah, it was like never good. So it's like
Well,
they're both pop
I feel like
culture
that was
people.
different, but pop culture. But then he just
He's a
plays
pop
dumb.
culture nerdy, smart kid in high school. That's what
I
he
don't know.
is. It's Peter Parker.
I think we're just dwelling on it too much. I just am not a fan of the joke. So,
Okay,
but
I'm just defending it.
So going back to the emotional breakthrough, I think when he finally kind of had the talk with Happy and he started constructing his own
Really
suit,
back in. Yeah.
he was just kind of realizing that he does have the ability to do this.
Mhm.
And then like, he was gaining confidence in himself and he's like, I need to do this. I need to, I need to take back what was given to me.
hmm
And
Plus, Happy is like that new father figure too, so it helps like coming from a man that was even with Tony.
Yeah, it was very close to Tony.
Yeah. So
also just like, since we're on the topic of that scene,
Cheeseburgers.
like the way that like,
Fuck off.
that he like put his hand through the hologram and everything, it was exactly
It's
like an
exactly-
Iron Man 1.
and like when they cut to Happy, like watching him do all that, he's like, damn, like that's like. Just
And he's like,
Tony,
I'll take
you know?
care of the music. I'm like, please, CDC, please.
See, I like that. That was a nice little tie to the
Yeah.
first Iron Man. So
I want to reel back even more though to the best scene of the movie.
yes.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, Mysterio in general. Yeah.
I just
Thank you.
you just think you're like, oh shoot, Nick Fury just got shot. Oh shoot, you think Mysterio just got shot. Oh shoot, Nick Fury's here. Oh, okay, you're gonna tell him because you trust him.
Yeah.
Like it just kept going, and then he was just trapped.
There's always another level later.
That is what you need to do with Mysterio, and they did it.
It was.
perfectly.
It literally like it
Thank
just
you.
felt like it was.
Has
in
anybody
comic.
seen House of Cards in here?
No.
I've heard good things.
Because like that train scene was like immediate thought of like season 1,
Yeah.
season 2, episode 1. Is like when the first big thing happens, or was it the finale of season 1? I don't know.
Either one.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. Just and just having no idea what's going on. He just is trying to escape, and it just keeps turning into different scenarios, and he ends up in his like like a little snow globe on his head. I'm like, this is such cool imagery. And then the
Great
zombie
ideas,
Iron
yeah.
Man coming out.
And it seemed like he was
really good.
That was awesome.
he was like doing work. He was able to get the crane down to feel like he was getting out of the simulation.
But
Plus, wasn't one of them like, "Oh, MJ's not real. That's not her," and he's like, he like threatens MJ. He's
yeah.
like, "Oh shit, no MJ." So it's like just toying with like what will make him like get sucked into more.
yeah,
So he just kept toying with him. And I just loved everything about that.
it was good stuff. I loved
So
it.
damn good.
It just sucked that like he figured it out so fast after that.
Mhm.
Well, eventually, yeah. Well, he'd
Well, pretty
have
much
to.
his next
He'd have
thing.
to
Yeah,
for
he
the
had
movie to
to.
happen. Yeah.
Which makes me worried for his return as a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
definitely
he's
got
definitely
somebody
not
to
dead. They did not kill Mysterio. They're
I
making-
know he's not dead. It just kind of sucks because he knows how he works now.
Well, that's the thing. He's gonna be fighting 5 more fucking villains
Yeah.
while he's doing it.
So hopefully, because they did not kill him.
But I mean, like, even if he's
Yeah,
fought
hopefully.
Mysterio so many different times in the comics, like, that's the thing, is like the villains will always just find a new way to adapt.
Mhm. Yeah, he'll get like better technology, or he'll be more equipped with the technologies. Where like,
That was something I kind of hoped they did more with Thanos with the Reality Stone.
Mhm.
But they only did it once in Infinity War.
Yeah.
it's already a long movie, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's another thing.
I didn't really. The whole. It was funny when they were going. When the. We joked that the one evil dude was Craven when he wasn't really Craven. What was his name?
Demetrius.
Yeah, Demetrius.
I mean, it could be.
Wait, what was this?
He
It was
was the
just-
dude that
The bus driver.
put him in the bus.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
How could you not look at the
Right.
guy and be like, "You look terrified"?
I know he's like
And you
that
talk
is-
to him and he doesn't say anything.
Yeah,
it's like, that
like-
is not a good guy.
Like, these are the stupidest
It's like a
teachers ever. It's
mobster.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just like, get in there.
Also, they're shield agents. Shouldn't they be a little friendlier? Or
Yeah.
not
That's
shield,
the
but they
thing,
work with
like,
Fury?
Even what's her name? The agent lady. She wasn't really
Agent
nice
Hill?
to Peter. Yeah, which was pretty funny. Like everyone's just like, yeah, here's the kid. Fuck the kid. It's pretty funny.
Which I guess it was kind of rude. I mean, it's like he's a kid. Like,
Yeah.
cut him some slack. But then I guess it's like, oh, because they're scrolls, maybe they don't know how to interact with a 16-year-old, and then that's where it's just so many questions come in.
Yeah.
It just gets a little.
Just don't say
confusing.
scroll. We already have enough questions.
Because I noticed like Fury was like a little more just like aggressive about everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's kind of like off character sort of. And now it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, I think Fury was also just irritated because, like, he disappeared for 5 years.
Yeah.
And
but
like,
then it wasn't even him.
No, it could have
No,
been.
I think
Scrolls
it-
could have disappeared too.
I don't know. Scrolls.
See, that's the thing. Now you're just like, fuck. Like,
Yeah, doubting
there's
everything.
too many questions now.
Because he's just like, oh, so the scroll, it like pretending to be him and him both disappear. Now they're both back. It's just, did real Nick Fury ever disappear? And he's like, oh shit, my scroll self disappeared. So
Stop, stop,
I
move
guess
on,
I guess I
move
gotta
on.
go back to Earth
Move on.
for Endgame real quick.
Move on.
They said too many.
Peter get hits by a train. Or are we still talking about that?
I guess we didn't really talk about the stealth suit for a minute. I like the whole
Was that the black suit?
yeah
Night Monkey?
yeah and I like
Hi, Bucky.
that was funny. Also, I just love that little bit where like the Russian girl's like, get naked. And he's like, like
And
obviously,
of course, the
in
fucking
your young-
kid walks in.
Okay.
young like high school dreams right there. But then when you're put in that situation,
Not
you're like,
really.
I'm not ready.
Yeah.
But then yeah, like that was a little forced when he's like, I thought this was the bathroom. Like
You don't knock.
It's like everyone went over there. Like, why are you coming back over here? Fuck off, kid. That guy sucked. I hated him. Like,
he
meant to
was
be
right
an
at the end when
asshole,
he's
but-
like, is nobody going to talk about why Peter keeps disappearing?
that's true. Yeah. It's just, like I feel like the movie kind of forgot about him though. Like they had him in the movie and then they dragged him out. Had him in, dragged him out.
the kid.
Yeah.
Mm.
He just was kind of just.
It's like once MJ was already like for Peter, it was like, okay, he has no purpose.
Yeah, he was like a attention seeker in the beginning when they were definitely like on the airplane in Venice, but then when she's like, "I know you're Spider-Man," and it's like, "Oh well, she's gonna be attached to him for the rest of
Yeah.
the movie." So now he's just like trying to play catch
All right.
up.
Other than the boat scene, did you like MJ and Peter in this movie?
Oh yeah, I loved him.
Okay.
When they
It just would
actually
have been
started,
nicer if we had a little more in the first movie.
when they started talking, like like when they like it was so adorable when they were at the hotel and everybody's like, we gotta go, we gotta leave like tomorrow, and like they're both like kind of like you could tell they both like or like I want to like hang out with you because we never really had the chance, and then they both go like she's about to leave the door. I thought that was nice.
Yeah, I liked how they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna go walk.
I remember I have ice cream. I'm really hungry. I remember I have ice cream.
God damn.
So that was.
I just thought they were just adorable. They're just cute little nerdy high schoolers.
It was, but then at the same time, it's like, what if MJ and the Raimi movies there's only one movie?
See,
if they're only romantic for one movie.
Look. All right.
And obviously they're going to be romantic in third movie.
All right, this MJ and Peter are way more fleshed out than MJ and Peter in the Raimi movies. They stretched that out for 3 damn movies. First one, she doesn't give a shit about Peter, and you could say the same thing about the first Spider-Man. This one, he goes after her. Same thing with this Peter.
I mean, we experienced the ups and downs of a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I wouldn't say she's more fleshed out now.
But he doesn't really he barely spends time with her, and whenever he does spend time with her in the Raimi movies, she's like, oh, you're just this little dorky little kid. I don't really have any feelings for you until I find out that you save me every fucking movie. So and that's when she falls in love with him. So I'm like, I just appreciated this dynamic more.
I just appreciated
more realistic.
She became a character.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't in Homecoming.
She was just like the awkward, like edgy, like
I like dead
relief.
things.
Yeah, which that kind of like bugged me. Like sometimes when she would say that, but a lot of the time it came off pretty funny. Like
I liked it because I don't know. I just find it interesting.
She doesn't really. She's a goth. Like she should be, as far as her attitude. Why isn't she like dressed like a goth too?
I mean, not like completely.
She likes dead things.
Yeah, Hot Topic.
And death.
I mean, people just. I mean, I know people that are like, don't dress like that, but they kind of like act like that. So it's just like modern goths, I guess.
Oh my god.
Because no one like fucking dresses like that anymore. That was
Dude,
like
it's the younger generation. We're not gonna understand.
Damn millennials, man.
I feel like that one guy
give
dressed
that
more
one.
like a goth, like just like one of the minor high schoolers.
Yeah, I noticed him.
There were a few of them.
The boy?
Yeah, the boy. He more dressed like a punk kind of kid.
Mixed bag of children in high school. It's funny.
I did like
they are science kids, so they are nerds. So there is a very
but they're supposed
spectrum.
to be in science though.
I like the whole bit
Right.
of
High
the.
I'm just saying. Usually the nerds have a spectrum.
God, move past it.
We're just getting stuck on things in
I
this
just
podcast.
Matt
It's
doesn't
hilarious.
talk for a while.
I know Matt's just been Matt's. I
You
think,
can chime in.
time.
Matt's Tywood.
I love the whole opera bit. Like that was just.
Dad's like, no, come on, let's go to the opera, please.
And then they get
come
there
with
and
us.
they're like, oh yeah, like we beat the rush.
Dude, Ned is the ultimate fucking hype man. Hey, I need to make a distraction.
oh my
Yeah.
god, oh my god, we're all gonna die. Dude, that's awesome. I fucking love him. He's so funny. He's lovable.
Yeah, he's great. And
Which would have been nice if he wasn't such a bitch in this movie with his girlfriend. If he was just a bachelor, he would have been cooler.
it just could have been bros.
But he
But
was
seeing Betty in the background, she like pulls the glasses up. So why do they need glasses when they're front row?
It's part of the aesthetic.
I know.
I love the joke where they're like walking through the parade and they're like, "See, the party's gonna be at the opera, like the parade." Everyone's like, "Oh, come on, we should be in this
The biggest
parade."
party in the world.
Yeah, Flash.
So the elementals are fake, which was a little let down.
The what are?
The
Elementals.
Elementals are fake.
Elementals are fake. Multiverse is fake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
I
So maybe the
was a
elementals
little
could come back.
disappointed that they weren't real.
Right. And they didn't even like have their cool human forms.
No, yeah, it was just kind of.
Did they have human forms in like
Yeah.
the comics or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
If
Like,
you
the
watched the
Elementals
mini,
were
you would have
cool.
seen it.
Prick.
Like the elementals were cool,
Dickweed.
but I would much rather see H2O man or
H2O
Hydro
guy.
Man?
I know what
H2O
you I know what you
man
meant.
and Sandman, because I think those are just. I think those are more just effective characters.
The redeeming quality of
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like H2O man was
Yeah.
really in it, but like, Sandman, he's fucking
He's awesome.
yeah.
He's a good character too.
Yeah.
I mean-
Very sympathetic, compelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like you can definitely do. Fuck, this is a good time to talk about my theory.
Go for it.
So
Floor is yours.
the first movie was Homecoming.
Yes.
That took place during their freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
This movie supposedly we're just going to assume takes place during their sophomore year, even
Yeah.
though we didn't really get a whole lot of
high school stuff.
well, like that, and also like we never like really got a confirmation if that's what it was.
Yeah.
We got
Did they confirm they were freshmen, the first one?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Probably.
I think so.
Remember when they're like looking at, I forgot what her name, Michael Keaton's daughter. They're like, oh yeah, well, she probably wouldn't look at us. We're just freshmen. I think they say something like that. So
Probably.
whatever. All right, keep going.
So, in the first movie, we got introduced to Vulture and Scorpion.
Yes.
They're both locked away,
Mm-hmm.
so they're in prison.
Yeah.
This movie, we got Mysterio.
Yeah. 3.
The next movie, what I'm hoping that they do. So, I'm gonna kind of jump ahead to the ending, like the end credit ending. So, Mysterio released a video, basically just
Exposing him.
exposing Peter Parker as
Can
Spider-Man.
end this man's whole career.
And so that kind of just like, puts out like the initiative and it's the driving
Oh, like the
force.
calling card. Yeah.
Right.
For the okay.
So
Yeah,
like,
gotcha.
I feel like we might have a duo team up between the Rhino and Electro,
Okay.
and then the fourth movie will be senior year. And I was like kind of like thinking like, fuck, like who could like the fourth villain be, or the sixth villain be? Caleb said Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
And then there you fucking go. You
Yeah.
have the Sinister Six, and that
Is
was
that the original 6?
There's been a lot of different
Yeah,
They
variations.
like drop in and
different
out.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
'Cause
like,
I think Craven wasn't the original.
See, and I thought
Somewhat.
Shocker was in the original, or not Shocker, because they already have Electro. So
The
whatever.
Prowler.
The Prowler. He's awesome.
I know off of because like I know off the Spider-Man video game, Mr. Negative was in the like Sinister Six, but he's not really one of the original members.
It was just
Yeah.
an easy filler guy.
He's like a
but
much
he was
smaller
bigger.
villain, like in the Spider-Man lore too.
Like he's I feel like one of the newest ones.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty like
Okay.
new. But I'm like like I know Mysterio, Craven. I guess you could throw Venom in there too.
Ooh.
I feel like Venom is
That'd
like
be-
by himself.
Freaking Tom
Right, but
Hardy.
just the idea of Venom in the
Yeah.
66.
There are times where
Venom.
he is, and there are times where he's not.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I really like the idea of like Peter interning with Doc Ock. Ooh, maybe
Well,
he
'cause
does
isn't
that
the
during
lizard-
senior year.
The lizard could be
Or
in it,
junior
too.
year.
Or junior year, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I would love the idea of introducing
Or
the
the
Doc Ock
Goblin.
before he becomes evil.
Yeah.
Just like that emotional pull you had in the game where you find out, well, when Peter finds out.
Yeah. I just kind of feel like he would need.
You're not wrong when you said the lizard. I think.
Lizard and the Goblin.
Oh, is the Goblin ever in the
Because
six?
they just drop in and out, so it's just like different versions.
I don't really think so. I think the Goblin is more just like a personal vendetta.
I would love to see
I know the core
Hobgoblin
is
in
always
movie,
the
too.
core was Craven, Electro, Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, and then there's like a rotating sixth one.
Like Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock or
It's like I said, there's been multiple variations.
But we have 3
So many
confirmed,
options.
so that's nice.
So all we're talking about this,
Mysterio could be dead. He's always out there.
I'm not a fan of what we were talking
Speaking
about
of.
right now. Of him losing his identity.
Exposed.
Because I think it takes away to the emotional impact that he's never going to have a normal life. Can he even go back to high school?
Rip Ant-Man.
Is he going to get an internship with Doc, like Octavius?
I-
Is he going to? Like this?
I love that they put what's his name in the movie?
Oh,
More Pictures of Spider.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
J. Joe.
Yeah,
that was-
that was huge.
That was
I was
huge.
like,
I love that.
what the fuck?
But it's just like I feel like one big thing.
They
He's got-
could
he's got
cop
a
out
blog.
and try. The third movie ends with them not believing it anymore.
Maybe I just
Somehow.
feel like it's so hard because
Right.
what was great about the movie was he's just the whole movie he's fighting to keep his identity a secret, and then it just ends and be like, fuck it, you're not, and it just
And then we get a dumb what the fuck joke at the end where they
Because-
get cut off.
Because the
I
first
love-
one ended like that.
I love the little hotel scene where Spider-Man leaves and like Ned's like, so like we're the only people that know, like we're gonna be a
But I
team.
knew first.
Yeah, we're gonna have a trio. It's like it's not special anymore, Ned. You're not special. Like sure you knew him first, but now everybody knows who he is.
What did they call him? Like Friends of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The
FOS.
acronym.
Yeah.
FOS. Friends of Spider-Man.
And so what makes Batman great and what makes Spider-Man great in the comics and everything is that their identities are hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And like Iron Man chose to put his
Because
face
that's his
out there.
personality. Like, he wants to be center of attention.
And so for me, it's just going to be disappointing because there's going to be moments.
But now Spider-Man is the new Iron Man.
But that,
So
I didn't
we
want
just like
that.
him.
I kind of wanted him to still be a kid because I don't feel like he's going to be a kid anymore because literally the entire world
He's not
knows
even
But
who
adult
he
yet.
is.
great power comes great
Almost
responsibility.
botched that.
And for me, I love the moments when the mask is taken off and a character is like, "Oh my gosh, like you're Spider-Man." Like
the
when
train scene in Spider-Man 2.
yeah, like or when Harry finds out that he's Spider-Man in the Sam Raimi movies.
I just don't think we really get that in the MCU. So they don't really hold
Yeah,
that
there's
much
not a lot
value to
hidden
it.
in the MCU.
No, and that's why I wish this was going to be the first one that they tried to keep hidden.
I guess Ant-Man.
I think
People
after
don't know
Civil
Ant-Man's
War
Ant-Man.
and missing that whole Spider-Man arc, there's just not that much weight with Spider-Man in the MCU right now with his identity. Because that was the big title push in Civil War was which side is Spider-Man going to choose? Is he going to reveal himself? And I don't remember how. Did you read Civil War? Does he choose Stark?
He chose Stark
then-
because Stark had him at a press conference,
Mhm.
and he said, "My name's Peter Parker, and I am Spider-Man."
So yeah, the fact that we couldn't have got that in the movie Civil War, I don't think it really holds much bearing anymore.
I mean, for me though, I just like that having a masked crusader like who is this mysterious neighborhood Spider-Man that is helping out people in New York, but now everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, it's Peter Parker!" Like, it's just like, are they even gonna call him Spider-Man anymore? Because now they literally know his name.
They called Iron Man.
I
They
guess.
didn't call him Tony.
But like, and then like the part with Flash, like Flash thought it was so special that Spider-Man
Yeah,
followed
he's like
him.
in love with Spider-Man.
And like, what's going to be the dynamic now? Like, is he
I mean,
going to
That's
love?
a good setup, though,
I wish
Peter
we saw his
Parker?
for
reaction
Flash.
at some point of him finding out.
I don't know. It was. I guess I'm for it. I'm just a little against it because I just like the idea of hiding your identity. Because it would suck if the same thing happened to Batman, and then like everybody knew who Batman was, and I'd be like, well, that's stupid. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just a person that likes hidden identities.
Maybe everyone's just a Skrull, so they don't care.
I'm telling you that.
I mean, Falcon is still unknown.
Falcon Punch.
And yeah, and like Captain America was unknown, but like they never made it a point that they wanted to keep their identity hidden. Spider-Man wanted to keep his identity hidden in this
Because
movie.
he's a kid.
Yeah.
And he wants to protect people.
And so
he
I guess
loves.
that for me, that's the biggest thing because I love the fact that these are high school movies and that we're literally going to see him grow up. Now I don't feel like we're going to see him grow up because the entire world knows who he is. And so that's just my biggest takeaway from it is that he's literally just became Iron Man. So that's why I left a little sad because I was like, well...
Yeah, that wasn't satisfying. Or like funny. Even funny, I didn't.
Yeah, because it almost was played... It felt like it was almost played off as a
as a
laugh.
joke.
Yeah, I
It was
wasn't
like-
a fan of the joke
It's like,
part.
oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's the joke.
Yeah, I didn't like the
like-
expression he gave.
I'm still for it just because it's just that helps this set of movies be their own.
It adds different dynamics. So you, like, half glass
you say-
full, you know?
Similar. I don't know.
I think Matt's been spacing out the last 5 minutes.
I brought this up to Matt earlier. I feel like a lot of weight of holding Spider-Man accountable for like his crimes of what people thought he did is a lot different when you think it's a man. It's like this is
Into
an
a
evil
boy,
person,
yeah.
and then when they find out it's a 16-year-old boy, then it's like,
Yeah, did he really do that?
yeah. And I feel like JK is going to be a lot different attacking a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah, Jonah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because like when it's a man, yeah, you can attack a man because nobody cares when you attack a kid. So
Wasn't he praising Spider-Man? Because that's his thing, is he praises Spider-Man as the hero. Like J. Jonah Jameson or whatever.
No, he hates Spider-Man.
yeah,
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
hates
thought in the
Spider-Man.
Raimi movies he mentioned, like, he hates him, and then when he disappears, he's like, oh, Spider-Man, you know, like...
I think that's the love-hate relationship. Sometimes I think he
I
like
mean, he hates him because, you know, he's just a pest to, like, he needs to create headlines, you know. But in terms of the hero aspect, I think he respects him or something like that. I just had to rewatch the Raimi movies. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I love
I'd like
those-
to revisit
love those
them for
movies.
sure.
I am very curious how they're going to play it off, though.
Yeah, I mean,
How's Peter going to...
they have a plan. I mean, Kevin Feige has not let us down yet.
That's
so.
what I said. I do
When's
trust
D23?
Marvel.
When's D23?
What did you say, Matt?
Middle of August.
Yeah, middle or end of August.
Damn.
I mean, I have faith in it. I just did not see that coming, and I wasn't a fan. But I'm like, I assume I know what you guys are gonna do.
Yeah.
Maybe on the third movie. Not the second movie. Don't reveal it on the second.
Yeah.
Well,
But like, it makes sense
so-
because Quentin knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's no way he was gonna hide his identity because Quentin's a spoiled brat, and he just wanted.
And a villain.
Yeah, and a villain. But like, Michael Keaton kept it a secret. So, like, I don't know.
Because Michael Keaton was kind of like retributed himself at the end of the first one. Because
Well-
it did kind of seem like he realized the monster that he became.
The reason why he didn't.
So maybe the Vulture might not even be.
The reason why he didn't
666.
reveal Peter's identity is because he like saved him. He like saved his family or
Mhm.
whatever. Like, yeah, obviously him going to jail like sucks ass for his family, but like the fact that Peter went out of his way to save him, you know,
Mhm.
just has respect. And plus, he did like care for his daughter as well. So like, that was another dynamic.
Yeah.
But this Quentin, like, he doesn't give a shit. He
Yeah.
just, he wants to be. He
The
wants to
number
live
one
out
hero.
live out his plan exactly.
That'd
so.
be a cool interpretation if like the Vulture escapes with Scorpion or whatever, and then he helps Peter in like Spider-Man 4.
It comes to like a confrontation, and then
Yeah.
like either like Peter, like he holds Peter until the other guys come back, or like
Or that's a movie in the
Let him escape or
a
something.
point in the middle of the movie where he has to decide help them kill Peter or help
Yeah.
Peter get away.
it'll be interesting.
I'm excited.
I'd love to actually see the Sinister Six like in the flesh and not just in the background with like the wings and just like a lazy setup like the freaking
Oh.
Mark Webb
Mhm.
movies.
Oh yeah. No, they're gonna do
Walking
something
down the
great.
hallway.
It's like, yeah, just I
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
go off on a
Thinking
tangent.
about that's pretty.
I do like the theory of doing it in 4 movies because trying to do Sinister Six in the third one,
Because
that'd
it
be
makes
too hard.
it would make sense that this would be 4 movies because A,
High school.
it's not that, and A or B, I guess.
Sorry.
Sony owns Marvel, so like it's not completely Marvel's decision what they want to do with the Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that was their contract is that Sony
I
like
thought
all
Marvel writes the movies, but Sony gets a
either
huge
that or
cut
I
'cause they
think
still own
Sony makes like the solo Spider-Man movies are like pretty much all Sony.
right.
But
I
Marvel
think they're-
could use Spider-Man in like the other movies, like Civil War.
I think Marvel works with Sony for the standalones because otherwise we wouldn't have had Iron Man and
That's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's true.
Endgame, Aftermath.
Like, there's a
But
collaboration.
Disney has nothing to do with like Venom
Right.
or the vampire
Or
movie coming out.
Into
which
the
is why
Spider-Verse.
Venom is allowed to say stuff about the Daily Bugle and all that other stuff.
I just hope they don't bring that into this.
I thought they
eventually.
confirmed that Tom Hardy Venom isn't going to
I
be
hope
introduced
not.
to
I
Tom
hope not.
Holland's Spider-Man.
I don't think it would fit just because he doesn't even have the symbiote sign on him. It's not truly Venom, in my opinion. But
Venom.
Venom. There's a second one coming out, and there's gonna be some carnage.
I'm Woody Harrelson.
No, Matthew. Oh my gosh.
You could easily do it that way.
I have been.
Well,
Keep doing it.
on that note, guys, final thoughts.
Is there any other scenes that we can think of that?
Yeah. Any
spot
last
out?
thoughts? Where would you rank it in the
MCU.
Spider-Man movies?
That's a good one.
Are we including Into the Spider-Verse?
Not.
No, live action. Live
Okay.
action.
That makes it a little easier.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
I would rank it. So there's been
3, 2, and
seven.
2. Yep.
Well, it's definitely better than Spider-Man 3 and then the Mark Webb movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just if you like the first 2 of the Raimi or these 2 more. Or
I
like,
would say third.
Third. So what are your first 2?
Spider-Man 2,
Yes.
Rami, and Spider-Man 1.
And then this.
like
Yeah.
the Raimi Spider-Man one is
Yeah.
number. Okay. And then Homecoming would be 4.
Yeah, Homecoming would be 4.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then Amazing Spider-Man.
Wow, Amazing Spider-Man's your least favorite?
I just
Or
really
Spider-Man 3 is your least favorite?
Okay, Spider-Man 3 is kind of like, bleh.
It's not as bad as people remember.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I honestly, I
There's
remember
some
going to the
good in
movie with Preston, and him and I were so freaking mad when Harry died at the end. I was like, this is the worst movie I've seen in my life.
They were going to make a Spider-Man 4, too.
I was-
like, where the fuck would they have gone
I was
after that?
so mad. I remember that was like the
James
first time in a
Franco.
movie, I think, like, at a young age where I was like truly mad at a movie. Like, it was pretty fun. I was so mad at it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit younger than you guys, so I'm sure just like at that age, I'm just like, oh, Black Spider-Man, that's cool. You know, he's goth.
The only thing I'm like upset about was the
He's
fact
got a weird haircut.
I'm just a little upset about Venom not actually being more of a bigger part. Like, the symbiote suit was cool.
Mm-hmm. Spider-Man 3.
Oh my god, fuck, what if we get Secret Wars in Phase 4?
That's gonna happen.
Who knows?
It's gonna happen.
We're about to find out.
I'm excited just to know what the next big movie is.
Yeah, outside
Like-
of Black Widow and like your
Or like Avengers movie.
Well, then, yeah, I'm wondering what the next, like, because, like, we're going to get Black
Oh,
Widow,
the
we're going
next
to get our
big
Doctor
one.
Strange, we're going to get our Black Panther 2.
all the sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one that, the, begins with an E, right? No, the Immortals? Or
Yeah, there's the
Eternals.
Elementals, the Eternals and the Elementals. I get them mixed up.
Mhm.
And
It's
then-
annoying.
yeah, so then what's going to be,
Got Fantastic
And
Four,
they have the
X-Men,
the Asian man,
oh, yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
So, it's going to be crazy
That would
thinking
be
about
interesting.
that. Quick, you guys ranking in them?
Literally the same as Matt, but well, not the whole thing, but the top 4, except as of now, Homecoming in front of this one, but it could change after Homecoming rewatch or
Yeah.
this
Same.
one.
I haven't seen the
rewatch.
Raimi movies in a while. so
Yeah,
that would
I've
be-
been wanting because I have the nice like Blu-ray that they release.
I know what you're talking
and I
about,
need
yeah,
to watch
I like
that,
that.
with the special features. Cause
Fuck
those would be
people that
awesome.
say that the Raimi ones suck. They don't know what they're
I think
talking
everyone
about.
that says that is like young people that like their
Are
first
spoiled with Marvel movies.
either that or their first introduction was Amazing Spider-Man because people unironically say those are better than the Raimi movies.
No.
I mean, people say that.
I know.
I'm just like,
I
how could you? Did you watch the same movies I did?
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
But yeah, on that note, guys, final thoughts? Anything else? We wrapping this up?
That's great.
Fun.
Fun.
Oscar
Next week, probably some news, and maybe if we see a movie to talk about that for like 30 minutes.
It's coming out. Come on, Stuber man, gotta do it.
Yeah, for like 30 minutes, and then
Stuber.
Lion King.
Mhm.
And then,
Mhm.
Once upon a time.
and then, I don't know.
I don't know what comes up.
Hobbs and
Oh,
Shaw.
Hobbs and
Hobbs
Shaw.
and Shaw.
Damn it.
And then I think
Hobbs and
it's
Shaw.
the Storytime movie.
Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
Comes out in August.
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
And then
Guillermo.
something else.
We
And then
didn't
it
make
comes
it.
out in September. So we need a new trailer.
August is
for
pretty
that.
weak.
Oh my god, I can't get over 21 Bridges.
That looks funny.
Producers
Of
the
these
Russo
three
brothers.
movies. Shut
Civil
the
War,
fuck up.
Endgame, Infinity War.
My thing. Oh, what movie did you just say?
and it's got Black Panther in it.
You just said a movie. I was gonna mention something.
You said it, right? Or you said it?
You said something else though.
I said August is pretty weak
Oh,
looking at it.
they say that that's the other garbage month.
August?
Well, obviously, that's like the summer.
January.
That's like the
yeah,
summer garbage.
The
month,
summer
yeah.
garbage
like
month.
the Hangover month?
Kind of.
Until like, and like you get a Guardians or something like that.
So.
Last year wasn't too bad. They had some decent movies. They had like Searching. That was pretty good.
Well, on that note, guys, this has been Andrew.
This has been Connor.
This is Caleb.
It's been Matthew.
Peace.
It's been good.
I love you.